Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Meringue on this fine Tuesday. I can't believe it's December. That was for Jeff Rust.
It's
Patrick Harris with you, Danny Meringue to my left.
reminder: 3 shopping weekends until Christmas.
I can't believe it's December.
I guess we did get close to that with his reminder yesterday. But yeah, for three weekends, 3 shopping weekends.
No, I don't think that counts.
Nah.
No. No. But to your point, it is funny how, we're just trying to find things, to make conversation about, to say hello to people and the pleasantries. Some people do it very, very well. Some people do it in a very, very strange way.
How so?
My favorite is which I don't see him often, but whenever I see one Isaac Ropp, hey, Isaac, how are you? I'm good, as far as you know. And then he smiles and walks away.
He does drop that.
And I'm like, oh, okay, adios. I guess I will see myself out.
What's your standby? What's your go-to when you're at the gas station checking out or something like that?
I'm not gas station dude. You are gas station dude.
Well, no, I'm talking about you go into the store and like, hey, how's your day going?
Striking up conversation at the pump.
Oh, you're at the grocery store and you're checking out. Like, what's your go-to?
All right, let's take one more picture. Okay, everybody jump now.
Yeah, I will chat you up if you're pumping gas next to me. Let's deal with it.
I think one thing that I probably do that throws people off is I am brutally honest. If I'm having a crap day and somebody's like, hey, man, how are you? I'm like, not great. You? And I think that throws people off.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm that guy
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm 100% that guy, which can make it very uncomfortable. Like, if you ask me how I'm doing, I will tell you.
Yeah, even strangers, like, I don't care. I'll just say what's up.
I'm 100% with you.
How are you today? Extremely hungover. How are you?
Yeah. My dog.
No shame.
My dog died, and I'm not doing well.
Yeah,
Like,
well.
oh, you want to like? My whole thing has always been like, if I ask somebody how you're doing, hey, how's your day going? I'm not doing it. I'm genuinely asking you. Like, I don't care if it's you or it's somebody I just met. How's your day going, man?
Well, I think the worst part is that I get into moments where I just don't care, so I just don't ask. Lots of times I'll just say hello.
Oh, you one of those?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I walk in and usually Rusty's beat me to the office and Luke is there and I just go, morning. Sometimes that's it. I do believe it's important to acknowledge the presence,
existence?
yes, of people,
No, I'm with you.
of saying hello. You don't have to chat it up afterwards, but I do think you should be able to say hello.
There is one person in the office where every time if I run into him in the morning and say good morning, it reminds me of the old, like, I think it's Looney Tunes cartoons where you got one guy going in to start his shift in the mines and the other
Morning,
guy walking
George.
out.
Morning,
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah, morning, Sam. Morning, Ralph. Yeah. And it's
Who
Sam.
It is Sam.
It's Sam, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Salesman Sam.
Yes.
the tonger.
That's uncomfortable.
Oh, come on now.
Not me. I get the Terry Boyd in the morning usually.
Oh, yeah.
Rusty and I get the Terry Boyd. Late for going home early.
Mine's my go-to when somebody asks me if unless I want to trauma dump on them is another day in paradise.
Oh, I hate that line.
I don't know. That makes sense.
If this is paradise, we're in trouble.
Oh, and somebody says, "Oh man," they hit me with something like, "Oof, this is paradise." I'm like, "Hey man, I just keep saying it till it happens."
I'll go with, the old same old S, different day.
Well, yeah, that works.
Sometimes the old normism, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
More often than not, I think I'm just kind of, hey.
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
Pull out the can't complain.
Yeah,
No one would care if I did.
Exactly.
So what's going on with this tree here?
It's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Is that what we got going here?
Yeah, it's my Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Okay.
I brought it into work.
Oh, you brought it.
It's even got a little, you can even turn on the light.
Why isn't the light on?
Because it's a bright studio and the lights won't really shine. It'll just waste the battery.
Whatever. Well, what's the point then?
Well, because, it still
Were
looks good.
you gonna do a Christmas show where you dim the lights and make the tree bright?
Are you poo-pooing my Christmas tree?
No. I was just wondering what was going on here.
I think he's poo-pooing my Christmas tree.
We can do some Christmas tree shaming.
No, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that?
No.
You don't want to talk about the difference between the height of that tree and how tall the roof is here?
No, I don't. The whole point is the whole point of it is to be a crappy Christmas tree.
Is that one of the best worst dad to dad shaming things you can do?
What?
Just kind of take a shot at their Christmas tree.
I don't take shots at Christmas trees.
I'm saying if you did.
No, I think you could take shots at people's like cars.
Yeah, well, I mean that's you know you can do that, but like when you Christmas tree shame, that hurts. That can cut deep.
Well, I was talking with Andy about this. I don't think you should shame people, be a Christmas tree shamer,
No, I don't think you should.
but I think there are moments in which you could.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. You know, we talked about this the other day, the difference between the fir and the noble, whether you are a stuffer of the tree or a hanger of the tree. But also, it does the top of the tree to ceiling ratio does matter. If you get a little tiny tree, like you got vaulted ceilings, and you got like a 4-foot tree. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Well, I have huge. My ceiling in my living room is probably 25 feet tall.
Sure.
The tree is 8. Do I need a 15-foot tall tree?
I mean, do you have like, are they angled ceilings or are they 25 feet tall flat?
Flat.
Well, you probably need to be at least like 12.
What?
Just, you know.
How am I going to get a 12-foot tree together?
I mean,
I'm 5'6".
With a mortgage payment.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, in my neck of the woods, they are everywhere. What was hard for me was finding a tree that was like 6 foot tall.
Because your ceiling is small.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. We got farms aplenty out by our house.
Yeah, I was to say, you get them on your side of town. I'm on. You go to Wilsonville, Newburgh, that area. Like there's nothing but an endless supply of Christmas tree farms.
I think ours. I think it's 9 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't have real trees. Messes with the wife's allergies.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
So
right.
I got 2 fake trees.
You can get the big fake one.
I do have a big fake one.
I mean, bigger.
8 feet is big, dude.
I mean,
When you're my size, you can't have things that
and those
big.
fake ones when they get that big, that stuff it's expensive.
Dude, I think my fake 8-foot tree is $500.
all right.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, if you use it for 5 years, it basically pays for itself.
Is that how much trees go for?
Yeah.
I've never had a tree.
Just paid $96 for our 9-foot tree.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Yeah.
I've only ever paid for 1 tree in my life. Whoa, 2 trees. The 8-foot tree in my house and the Charlie Brown Christmas tree in front of us.
There you go.
I got that at Fred Meyer's. Keep it in a cute little box.
This is the first tree I've bought in a long time because I had nightmare. I've told this story before. When I was a kid, I've run out of gas twice. Never me driving. Both my dad. One of them, I can't remember where we went to go get it. I think it was around Sauvie's Island. On the way back in the 26 tunnel, we ran out of gas like a week before Christmas.
I swear my wife is going to run out of gas all the time.
I think most of our significant others have the capacity to do that relatively easily.
What? I mean,
The gas gauge does not exist to them.
but it should.
It should. It really should.
It literally has a little light that
Yeah.
comes on
When it
tells you.
when it hits a quarter tank, go to the gas station.
Oh, I don't go quarter tank.
Oh yeah, no.
I got the little thing that
gotta
tells
get
me
down.
how many miles I have.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
When I hit 10, then I'm like, I gotta go.
see you're playing with fire. What if that gauge is off just a little bit?
It's not. I have a brand new car.
I got to be
Okay.
careful with that big old truck because once it starts getting down there, the miles to go starts dropping rapidly.
It's like, just kidding.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like 5 miles ago you said 80. How are we at 35 now?
Whoa.
Not so fast, my
And
friend.
see, that's what I mean. You got to be careful with that. But yeah, we ran out of gas in the middle of the tunnel. Peak holiday shopping. I think it was a Saturday, and it was diabolical. We caused the worst traffic known to man in that tunnel.
Well, yeah, that's probably.
The worst place to break down.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any place worse in the greater Portland metro area than the tunnel on 26.
That or the bridge.
I-5 bridge would
I
be
would say
tough.
those are probably the two worst places because there's nowhere to go.
Glen Jackson, you could get away with it because it's so big.
It's so big, and you have some shoulder to work with.
There
but-
might be 3 lanes on the I-5 bridge, but it feels like 1.
Yes, I mean, there's not a lot of space between them. But yeah, I was getting a tree there, and then once in North Plains, we were coming back from the north side, like Scappoose area, and then coming back down through North Plains, and I was like, "What's that?" And this was like 3 years later, and he looks at me, he's like, "Oh no," I'm like, "You're kidding me."
No one has to speak any words. We're all aware of what's going on here.
I was just like, no. So when we broke down in the tunnel, or we ran out of gas in the tunnel, there's a billion people. So somebody stopped and helped us, and there was a car full of college girls, and I was like 10 years old, so I smushed in between them in the back seat, and I was thrilled. When we did it in North Plains, there wasn't a soul in sight. And it
No.
was like, thankfully my dad had a cell phone back then. because that we weren't in prime cell phone area or era, but we were also in North Plains where the coverage not great. Bob,
My dad died in 2013. He never had a cell phone.
I could see that.
He like refused to pay for a cell phone.
We had the my dad worked in repairs and service, so like he was one of kind of the early adopters. Like that was a big expense back then. Was we had the big one with the flip up antenna. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
The size of my bro jug. And then we moved, and that was the corded one. And then when we got to the cordless one that had the antenna that flipped up, ooh, baby, we were cooking with gas.
There was that you used to be able to buy this thing. I don't know if they still make it, but I always wanted it. I had one of the first iPhones, and they built something that it would slide into and look like an 80s cell phone.
Oh, there you go.
The giant brick
Yeah,
thing.
that's what we had.
And I thought that would be really fun. I want a cell phone like that.
Yeah, you can never lose it.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to like clip it on your belt, and you'd be one of those dudes.
Then-
That's full dad mode right there.
Then you look like the line worker.
Yeah.
Because that's what they have a phone like that usually up there just for whatever reason. But yeah, no, running out of gas twice, and then they went, I want to say like 3 years later up to Mount Hood and had the most hellacious experience known to man. Like
They ran out of gas?
no, they went up there and they stopped in Zigzag. I think my sister and her friend got locked in a bathroom so bad like they had to like break the lock off the door. They were stuck in the bathroom for like an hour and a half.
How do you lock yourself in a bathroom?
The lock broke from the inside. So then after they got with that, they went up to the mountain, and we had like a 72 full size crew cab Silverado that we called it the Beast. This monster truck. I think it had like a 455 or 454 in it. And they went, it was like Christmas vacation. Drove down the hill in the snow, got stuck. They go get the tree. I'm sorry, they go get the tree. Chainsaw won't start. It's out of gas. So they go back, they get unstuck, they get back, they go get gas for the chainsaw, they go back, they don't go down as far in the trucks, they don't get stuck, they go all the way down there. They finally cut the tree down, they get the tree back in the truck, and when they got home, the chainsaw gas cap had come off and soaked the entire tree in gas.
I think you just light it up then.
That's-
And you say, no more tree.
That's what they did.
You just say, I don't have a tree this year.
That's what they did.
I'm never buying a tree again.
It's always fun because every Christmas that story comes back out and they tell it in the most like obscene detail. My dad had the crazy eyes when he got home. It looked like Chevy Chase when he goes like, no, we're getting this tree. Like it was that kind of situation.
Just doubling down because you're afraid of being like you were had.
Yes,
I refuse.
I will not let Christmas win.
Oakley dokley. Well, we got a show for you today. Free consultation at 12:15 for it is a Tuesday. So get those needs in either the fan text line or the YouTube chat. We'll get to some NFL in the 11 o'clock hour. Mostly some crappy teams. We'll check in on the state of Texas, college football, Web Gems, Blazers. Lots to get to today. But we'll start in college football. The coaching carousel.
Ooh, Bubba.
Let it breathe. We let it breathe yesterday a little bit, and it's paying off today, including, Danny, one of your Oregon Duck coaches officially on the move. We'll go to there next. This is The Firm, Harrison Meringue, 105.1 The Fan. 10:18 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget about it. We're live from the shadows of the Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. Also over on the YouTubes, youtube.com/1051 The Fan. There's the chat there. You can hang out with us. Can see a little bit of the Charlie Brown Christmas tree in the studio right now. I'm being told that I've bought a lot of trees in my life at a dispensary. I suppose that is a valid argument. I suppose I can't.
Yeah, you probably spent more than $500 on trees.
I have definitely spent more than $500 on trees. The black market tree, though, those were the days.
Yeah, we need to drive 2 hours to get it.
You had to hang out with somebody with their trees for a little bit that you didn't want to hang out with. Some weird, borderline hot girl, not really hot girl sitting on the couch.
Yeah, what do
Video
those guys?
games.
What do those guys do now?
I have no idea. They don't sell drugs.
Right? Like, what have they moved on to?
Well, maybe they do sell drugs now still.
Just in the store?
No, maybe they sell other drugs
Yeah.
that the store doesn't offer.
It happens.
I do not miss those days.
Yep.
I do not miss those days. Not
Coaching
at all.
hires.
Coaching hires. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's where we're going today. It is official. Will Stein is on his way to Kentucky. He will coach throughout the college football playoff. Before we get into this, let me ask you that question, Danny. Why is it okay for some coaches to continue coaching and others not?
It
Like
depends
we-
on what,
We all think Herb Street and Saban should shut up because they think Lane should be able to coach Ole Miss. And everyone's like, no, he shouldn't. Screw that guy. Meanwhile, anybody fighting for a college football playoff in a G5, G6 school, they're allowed to coach. Will Stein's going to stay at Oregon throughout the playoff run. Why is it rules for me and not for thee?
Because some people get more butthurt than the others. He's leaving for a quasi rival in LSU, and the idea that he could stay around and poach more of their talents, like he's gonna do it anyways, dog. But also, like, do you think that after him, you are gonna compete for the college football playoff?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay,
but
so-
it's not like anybody's ever leaving for a worse job.
No, but I've been saying, like,
Everybody's getting a better job.
but if he's doing that, when's the last time you were relevant?
Fair.
It was the 60s.
Fair.
Wouldn't it be a good idea to maybe capitalize on some momentum? Maybe land a few recruits that you might not have gotten?
To be fair, I would have let Lane coach.
I would have too.
I would have let him coach.
The idea that he's going to poach more guys, like
He already did.
that part of it's done,
Yeah,
dog.
it's already
Like
done.
when he goes to LSU, and then and when the portal opens up here in what, a week, yeah, there's going to be guys, and it's going to suck because Trinidad Chambliss is not going to play in that game.
Well, and take Will Stein for example. You know, the big thought that a lot of people have is that he's going to take Austin Novostad with him. And if that's the case, nobody seems to really have a problem with that.
Well, he's going to take one of those quarterbacks.
But we've got a problem with Lane taking dudes. Everybody's taking dudes.
Yeah, but let's not forget, Chambliss was the backup.
Dude, Jimmy Rogers brought like 30 dudes from
Yeah.
D2.
Are you kidding me? Signetti brought like the same. I think he brought like
Brought
28
tons
guys
of
from
James
JMU.
Madden. Yeah.
Like, it happens. They're going to
think-
follow the coach.
Shepard at Oregon State is going to take some dudes.
Yeah, and he's
Hopefully.
gonna bring some coaches.
Yeah.
So like that whole part of it, but yeah, no, I think it's dumb. If a guy genuinely wants to stay on and coach, let him.
Without a doubt. And I think it helps. I think it helps kind of solidify your program a little bit too. You
You
know?
have a chance to do something.
I also think it shows a little more. What's the word I'm looking for here? It shows maybe a little grace that you're allowing someone to do that. You know, like take Lanning for example. When a kid wants to transfer, he's totally happy to let them transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we'll help you however you want to help. And I'm sure he's doing the same with Tosh and Will, and did it in the past with Dilly and all that stuff. And I think it just shows that's a program, that's an organization that I want to be a part of.
Meanwhile, look, I get, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with Ole Miss, like being bitter, but I mean, when you again, we're divorced from it, so we don't have the ties to the program. Like, let's put it this way: let's say Lincoln Riley leaves. Does he want to stay and coach? Like, let's say that USC is 11-1 and in the college football playoff, and let's just say they're in the same position that Oregon's in right now. Well, they're right on the outside looking in of the top four.
Mm-hmm.
You're damn right. I want him to stay and coach and go get a natty.
Without a doubt.
Are you out of your freaking mind?
I also think you have to be careful, and as much as Lane is a snake and the exit from Ole Miss is a complete disaster. There is a little bit of me that also kind of goes, "You're Ole Miss. Like, why do you think you're LSU?"
Yeah.
When the chancellor comes out, and he's like, "No way, shape, or form would he be allowed to go." That's a little sour grapes. Now, again, I don't want to sound like I'm defending Lane because, as I said yesterday, I think Lane had a really big opportunity to, even if he was going to leave, to still hold on to the good reputation he's rebuilt,
Mhm.
and he completely tore that down. But at the same time, who is Ole Miss to say, "Screw you, we don't need you"? Bro, you're here because of him. And I think that's a little slippery slope
You're
to start.
losing the forest for the trees.
Yeah. Little scary to kind of say we're bigger than you. I don't know if that's true. The last time I thought about Ole Miss, Eli Manning,
Yeah.
that might be it. Before
Yeah.
Lane, that might be the last time I really thought.
Nkemdiche,
Or-
when one of the top recruits in the country ends up there, and you're like, how the hell did that happen? Because this is before the NIL era. I was like, Bagman?
Who's the crazy white boy that played basketball for Ole Miss?
Oh God,
You
dang
know who
it.
I'm talking about? Ran
Yes.
his mouth all the time.
God dang it.
I can't remember
The
his name.
most recent one's Padula.
No, not him. You know which one I'm talking
Yes,
about, though.
I'm totally blanking.
But like that's the last time I thought about Ole
Yeah.
Miss, and that's not even football.
No.
So just be
They're the
careful
fun,
on
plucky
that.
team that's got cool jerseys and they have a nice feel to them. And Oxford is like, it's the one of the best tailgates and game atmospheres in the country and all those kind of things. But you haven't done squat outside of Lane.
There's a thought that Brett Vegan was not interested in the Oregon State job because they wouldn't let him finish coaching out in the playoff. And I think that's a dangerous stance if you're Oregon State. If Brent Vegan was your guy, now I think Shepherd might be a cool hire, and we'll get into some more of that maybe tomorrow, maybe today too. Shepherd could be a really good hire, but if that's your guy, I think you deal with it with exceptions, of course, within reasonable route, whatever I'm trying to say here, to get your guy however you need to get your guy.
Yeah.
And if that means letting him finish out at D2, okay, like Will Stein is going to
Let him hang around there and see if he brings some guys like Sig did.
Will Stein is going to be doing recruiting. Tomorrow's signing day. Will Stein is out there recruiting for Kentucky. And guess who doesn't care? Dan Lanning. Because
They're not in the same ponds.
Oregon and Kentucky are not in the same ponds. Exactly. Like, are you really afraid that Brett Vegan is going to not recruit while he's coaching? I don't think that's true. And I think it just makes you look a little bit like you're bigger than your own britches.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it comes down to. Now we've got 11 of the 12 Power 4 jobs filled. 11 of the 12.
11 of the 12.
Penn State, which was one of the first.
First.
No, Stanford.
Oh,
Well, they fired him in March.
Yeah.
So-
That's a weird situation.
But other than that,
But mid-season firing,
He
it's
was-
Penn State,
yeah.
and they're last.
and
and
it sounds like it might be Sataki.
It sounds like they might not be Sataki.
The thing
And
is
if-
like, I don't know.
And if it's not Sataki, then who's it going to be? Because that's the real question, man. There's nobody else out there.
Because Braum, Rule.
I'll run through all of them here in a moment after we take a break, but who is the best coaching candidate for Penn State right now? Do you want to know that answer?
Oof.
You want to know that answer? It's James Franklin. That's your best candidate.
Yeah.
Are they
Oof.
of all the people they wanted to hire? Whether it's Sataki, I could maybe listen to as an upgrade from Franklin. Is Matt Rule an upgrade? I don't think so. The best option Penn State had, which is why they don't have a coach right now, is the guy they fired. I know things fell apart at Penn State, and I'm not trying to excuse that. This was an absolute disaster year for that team. But what came across the wire just a moment ago, or it's been talked about all day? They are second to the bottom in recruiting, behind ULM, University of Louisiana Monroe,
Yeesh.
who right now I believe on SP Plus is 133.
And there's 136 teams.
Yes, it's like Penn State linebacker, Saquon Barkley,
LeVar Arrington,
Jonathan Taylor,
Kerry Collins.
those dudes.
Yeah.
Wazoo is recruiting better than Penn State. This is not a good situation.
No, I mean, the decommits when Franklin got fired were just staggering.
And that's why this whole thing you have to be careful about. And if you see your guy and you want your guy, you have to go get your guy. And give LSU credit on that. They went to go get their guy.
They got a cent and they made it happen.
Give Florida some credit. Once they realized Lane was out, they were like, okay, go get our guy.
Yeah.
And they went. Now I have issues with Florida and their coaching searches ever since basically Herb left. They seem to keep trying to find the next up and coming guy and they keep whiffing on
Mhm.
it. And I don't know if that's unreal expectations at Florida. I don't know if that's choosing the wrong guy.
Little column A, little column B.
Little column B. I mean, I like Summerall. I think that should be a good hire.
Mhm.
But again, we all thought Billy Napier was
Yeah.
going to be a good hire.
What's interesting is pretty much all of the just going through like all the reports and all the grades and all the feedback and the hires across the board are pretty much all good to great.
They
so
are.
far. Like the only one people are kind of scratching their head at is Stanford,
Yeah.
and because they stayed in house with Tavita Pritchard. But other than that, like whether it's Summerall, whether it's Golish, whether it's Frank, I mean Virginia Tech getting Franklin is crazy.
Huge.
Like that's
Huge.
a big dog move.
That is a huge move.
LSU getting Lane, like Kentucky goes and gets a Kentucky guy,
Mm-hmm.
a guy who wanted that. All the reports that I've read, and I'm sure this is kind of what Kentucky's putting out there, is that they wanted a Kentucky guy, not just the University of Kentucky, but like the state
Yeah, that knows area.
the area. Like there are certain schools in this country where you do have to have some of that. Perfect example is Brian Kelly at LSU. Doesn't matter how good of a coach you are, how good of a recruiter you are. If culturally you don't make sense, it just won't work.
No, it doesn't. Which is why Lincoln should work at USC because he's California cool. It's why
Yep.
Pete worked.
Yep.
Because it was like good looking.
You got to have some of that.
Yep. Hanging out with the co-eds at the beach.
You can
Yeah.
have Ed O on the staff, can't be your head coach.
Right. But Ed O fit at LSU.
See?
That mentality
that's,
fit.
That's the thing. So you got to make that. And Cristobal at Miami, like it has to make sense.
We'll go through all these coaches that got hired, and yeah, we'll play the game. Who missed out on a coach? Kentucky's a great example because not only is Will Stein probably a great fit for them, but he's cheap because
First-time head coach.
They owe Mark Stoops a lot of money,
Mhm.
a lot of money, and so that's helpful. We'll come back and we'll get into that some more college football chatter on coaches and who got hired and who did what and how good of jobs these are. We'll do that next, but first, there's Rusty with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan is the number 6 Oregon Ducks await the penultimate college football playoff rankings to be released this afternoon at 4 o'clock Pacific. Head coach Dan Lanning will have other decisions to make this off-season. Offensive coordinator Will Stein has signed a 5-year deal to become the new head coach at Kentucky, but Stein will remain with Oregon through a college football playoff run. The Trailblazers start a 5-game road trip this afternoon in Toronto against the Raptors. 4:30 tip. That's 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity Channel 302. Still no Drew Holiday or Matisse Thybulle. Donovan Clingan is questionable due to an illness. The Blazers 5.5-point underdogs. Portland enters the day having lost 7 of their last 9 and are 10th in the Western Conference. And we got an NBC Peacock doubleheader this evening in the association. The Celtics 1.5-point favorites hosting the Knicks for a 5 o'clock tip. Then at 8 o'clock, it's the Thunder looking for their 13th consecutive win. They are 11.5-point favorites at the Warriors. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. There are
Coming up in a little bit, we'll get to some other college football news as this team has decided they are fully vested in NIL, and I wonder if more teams will follow in the G6 route. But we're talking coaching carousel. I don't know why I said this. Thank you to the texter who called me out. I do not know why, when I was thinking of running backs at Penn State, I chose Jonathan Taylor, who went to Wisconsin, when I could have chosen Kurt Warner, Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Blair Thomas, or Larry Johnson. Those are great Penn State guys.
Not bad.
Not second from the bottom.
No.
No. And that's what's really interesting about that is that this coaching search this season, I don't know if I don't know if it's because of NIL and the expanded playoff and kind of just our love for college football, but I don't know if it's a little propped up because the sport seems to be at an all-time high right now, but it feels like this is the craziest coaching carousel situation we've ever seen.
It's certainly up there. Again, 11 of 12 Power 4 conference jobs have been filled. It's Kentucky, Michigan State, UCLA, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida, Arkansas, Auburn, Stanford, Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech.
And I will walk you through those, and I want you to tell me which of these were good hires.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Kentucky, Will Stein.
Everybody seems to love it.
I think
the fit makes sense. Offensive-minded guy has been successful, whether it was at UTSA and then at Oregon with Bo, with Gabriel, and then with Dante. He's adopted the offense to fit how it needs to fit around 3 different quarterbacks.
He knows how NIL works.
Yep. The recruiting side of it, I don't know how dogged he is on that side.
Well, I think my only concern, if I'm a Duck fan rooting for my guys when they go somewhere else, like a Kenny Dill or something like that, my only concern about Will Stein at Kentucky is a little bit like Cam Ward at Tennessee. Like, if you really love Cam Ward, that's a bad team.
Yeah.
And not to just poo-poo on Kentucky, but you hate sometimes to see a guy who's an up-and-comer. Let's take Billy Napier, for example. An up-and-coming, hot-named coach in the smaller ranks that needs to rise up. That Florida job was probably too big of a jump.
Sure.
But what I am concerned about is for Will Stein and his first head coaching job being a place that traditionally doesn't win. And
It's a basketball school.
it's a basketball school, and it's a conference with juggernauts. And I would hate to see Will Stein not have a great start to his coaching career because he's at Kentucky and not because he's not a good coach. You follow?
For sure.
Michigan State, they take Pat Fitzgerald. That's a big boo from me.
For non-football reasons.
Well, for non-football reasons, and his last 2 years at Northwestern weren't very good. Now that's kind of more of a fancy pants school in the Big Ten than a lot of them. There's probably a lot more things at stake. It does sound like they are going to get money with this hire. So, I mean, I guess cake on my face.
For me, I think it's a good hire from the football side of things, and the off-field stuff. All I can say is what I know to be out there on
Factual.
the legal, the factual side of things. And I don't think you make that hire without doing some due diligence. But also, Michigan State, hello, Larry Nassar, Mel Tucker.
Right. It's just gross everywhere. I just stay away from it.
So, and to your point, I get what you're saying, but the other 2 guys, were found guilty where he's found
This
innocent.
guy's not, yeah.
So, but from the football side of things, I mean, Fitzgerald's got a pretty sterling reputation as a coach. So
He had Northwestern rolling there for a minute.
So I think that's a good hire.
UCLA takes Bob Chesney from James Madison. Great hire. Terrible program.
Yeah, I mean, taking that job right now with the financial situation, where recruiting's at,
Take what I said about Will Stein at Kentucky and send it to Balco.
Yeah.
Because, that's steroids, man.
Yeah.
That is a rough place.
It's where do you start?
Right.
But
right.
it's a Power 4 job. It's in LA. Like, UCLA can be good. I don't know if they can be great. Maybe that's my bias talking, but when was the last time they were great? They had the Aikman years.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
They're good.
Good.
I don't know if they're great. I don't
Josh
know.
Rosen?
Good.
Not great.
Not great.
I don't think they've ever been great in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's no. I mean, they just they can be good.
James Madison allowing Bob Chesney to coach?
Yeah. I mean, that makes
if
sense.
he doesn't make the college football playoff, then
Yeah.
he's gone. I think a lot of those guys are going to do that.
Yeah, whoever makes it between the Tulane, Memphis,
They'll
JMU.
they'll stay,
North Texas.
and everybody else will leave. Ole Miss looks like they're going to take Pete Golding,
Yep, who's in-house.
and he's going to be the guy of future. They lose Lane Kiffin. I don't know because I don't know the state of Ole Miss football right
Yeah.
now. I don't. And I think that's
Who's in, who's out? What does the roster look like going into next season? There's a lot of questions where that's a program that could probably get rated. Where I think the rest of the programs that you're talking about, like, does Chesney bring a few guys from JMU? Yeah, but
Sure.
they just went through this with SIG.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They are invested.
Yes,
I mean, they fought to get to D1, and
they've been
They've been
there
continuing
in the
with it.
college football playoff as the Group of 5 selection.
LSU hires Lane Kiffin.
Great hire.
Slam dunk hire. I mean, how it all went down is really strange, and just like the governor of Louisiana saying we're not giving contracts like Brian Kelly again, and then gives Lane a more ridiculous one, is kind of weird. But from a football standpoint, it's a slam dunk hire. Florida hires John Summerall from Tulane after firing Billy Napier. I love the hire. I love it.
He's done really well, but it lacks the experience at Group of 5, Power 4. But I think that's what you're looking at, though. Is a lot of these hires. Will Stein, never been a head coach.
Yeah.
Summerall had never been at Power 4 school. Like Chesney, never been at a Power 4 school as a head coach. Like what's cool about this is I think you're taking a lot of chances, and there's a lot of younger guys, and we've talked about this, the energy, the rah-rah attitude. Summerall's one of those guys. I don't know if you saw when ESPN went down there for a game, they had him on the set with those guys, and he's got some juice. He's built like Fickle at Wisconsin, jacked bro that wears the team polo. It's maybe a size too tight, a little schmedium action, but he's a bro, and I think that's kind of what they're looking for.
Maybe my favorite hire, Auburn snags Alex Golsh from South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is such a slam dunk hire. I think what he's done at South Florida, in fact, I thought he was going to stay at South Florida, and our next story will kind of show you why I thought he would stay. But Auburn is historically a great program. Look, we talk about not a lot of teams in the last 20 years have won a national championship. Auburn's on that list.
So there was a note on ESPN that when Golish was the coordinator at Tennessee under Heupel, that the writer was at Tennessee in his office, and he had multiple monitors up, and each monitor had all of the recruiting newsbreakers and trackers, and he's a diabolical recruiter. So you're talking about Auburn and where you're located and the talent that you get in there and the apparatus and the money that you have at Auburn, you can figure some stuff out. And I've loved what USF has been on offense this year. Like what he did with Byron Brown. If that team was better on defense, that's the Group of 5 team that you did not want to play this year. They were very. You know what it reminds me of? It's Peterson at Boise State.
Oof.
That's kind of what that team reminded me of.
That's a compliment and a half.
Like, I think he's a dude.
We'll be quick about this. Ryan Silverfield from Memphis to Arkansas. Again, kind of see my Kentucky thing.
Yep.
Great hire.
Arkansas is the sleeping giant with the money.
That could
That's
be the
the
difference
like,
between Kentucky.
Is, if they believe in the coach, that's what's happening across the country at a lot of these places. Michigan State, a donor is hitting, was it $40 or $50 million into the program. Arkansas, if Walmart decides to care, I mean,
Jerry,
nobody competes
one's
with
touching.
that. Like they become a
It's like if NVIDIA decides to care
Yeah.
about college football, Oregon State's back to back.
It's like
natty
all of a sudden
champions.
it's like, whoa. But we just saw this at Texas Tech and how well it worked. And
Oh,
it
dude.
didn't work the first time at A&M, but now it's working.
Stanford with Pritchard, as you mentioned, they're staying in house.
That's a little.
They want the Shaw thing, dude. Stanford's just a tough job.
It is, and
Harbaugh and Shaw were special coaches.
Yes.
In that time frame.
and with Tavita, like, this is one of the few jobs in the country where, again, I think you have to understand the program, because Stanford's entrance responsibilities and what it takes to be a student there, you have to recruit different guys. And sometimes those guys aren't in every class, so you don't get maybe the same level of athlete. Yeah, they got lucky with the McCaffreys and the Lucks of the world, but those guys aren't out there every single year.
Jim Morris hired at Colorado State from UConn. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah.
He turned UConn around, but I've seen Jim Mora everywhere I've seen him go. He kind of sucks. So
He's a coach.
yeah, he can't be worse than Jay Norvell. So that's a plus. Eric Morris, North Texas to Oklahoma State. I love that hire as well.
North Texas, you're in the same region. You're good. What was Oklahoma State known for under Gundy when they were rolling?
Throw in the football.
What does North Texas do?
Throw the football.
Seems like a pretty firm marriage.
Yep. Also going to be allowed to coach, assuming they make the college football playoff, which my finger is crossed
There
that
you
it's
go.
North Texas. Finally, Virginia Tech, James Franklin. We went through that.
Great hire.
And if Cal hires Tosh Lapoy, great hire. If Penn State gets Kalani Sitake, I think that is a huge get.
That's a big get for them.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's not just your alumni, it's religious ties, it's the Polynesian pipeline. Everything at BYU is set up for success. Look what they're doing with their basketball program. Like, they're paying dudes, and they are.
We've talked about this.
They're bending the rules a little bit on some stuff, and
they're finding, out when you're talking about endowments in college sports, the only team that in like group of 5, group of 6 schools that has more money than is Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
The church has billions upon billions upon billions.
They have the entire state backing them. You go to Texas, and I went to A&M, I went to Tech, I went to UT, I went to Baylor, I went to fill in the blank.
But there's also a lot of millionaires in Texas.
I know.
With Utah, though, you've got guys like Ryan Smith and Danny Ainge who are pipelining money to BYU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, the church, if it turns on the spigots, it's nobody can compete with them outside of Stanford.
If I'm Sataki, I stay at BYU. Because the state of the Big 12 right now is wide open. You have Texas Tech, but you could be the runner with Texas Tech.
Be you and Tech.
And if you go to Penn State, you have to deal with Oregon, Michigan, Ohio State, USC. And we'll see about Michigan. You know how I feel about them. That I think BYU is just a better job right now. I think BYU is a better
historically,
job than
Penn State better.
Well, of course.
But where things are
Carter,
right now,
Kerry Collins, we named them all. Historically, it's a better job. Linebacker, you?
Yeah, but BYU, not that far off historically.
I'll take it. All right, when we come back, stick a little bit in college football before we move over to the NFL. This G5 team has decided to go all in. Will others follow? We'll do that next. 105.1 The Fan. Coming up at hour number deuce, we'll slide over to the National Football League. As this coach QB combo could be in a dire situation as the fan base may have turned on them. As my good friend Joe Fisher would say, cry, Eagles, cry. We'll get to that in the 11 o'clock hour, plus web gems and a quick look at the state of Texas in college football. But I found this really interesting. Ross Dellinger posted this a couple days ago. I think I saw this over the Thanksgiving break about South Florida. Now, South Florida, they are now in a coaching search, as we just discussed, Golsh leaving for Auburn, which, again, I think we may look back at that and say that's the best hire of all of these, including as exciting as Shepard might be at Oregon State. This might be the best hire that everybody's done, unless Penn State gets Satake.
LSU getting Lane, though.
Yeah, I think it's just really hard for us to give flowers to Lane because it just was so messy.
See,
I agree. Lane is a great coach.
I think it's where we differ. I don't think it was. I think it was just very difficult for him, and he wasn't able to just cut it off because it mattered.
I will admit that I do think Ole Miss was a little bit of
they're a little
sour,
whiny. They're a little whiny here. I get it. It sucks, but you're a little whiny right now.
South Florida, this is a tweet from Ross Dellinger. I'll just say this word for word. South Florida may soon be entering a coaching search. As that plays out, the school is in line to become the first non-power program to fully fund the $20.5 million plus in athlete revenue share as University Board recently approved the influx. CEO Rob Higgins, the USF Athletics CEO Rob Higgins, said these expenditures will help the university tackle current challenges in athletics, including revenue sharing, conference realignment, uncertainty, and new name, image, and likeness rules. He was quoted saying, "This is an industry that's changing by the day." This isn't an industry that's changing by the day. It's changing by the hour. I can promise you we are positioned really well for this, but it takes investment. My question to you, Danny, is if USF can do this, how many more follow suit?
All of them.
I mean, not all of them.
But
some of us don't have that kind of money. Like Washington State doesn't have that kind of money. Although I wonder where the war chest is.
Yeah,
but
you could.
You could. And I wonder if this is the first shot across the bow of
this is we're trying to do things here.
Well,
especially if you're one of the group of fives, and you're trying to make sure you're not the feeder school. Put your feet down. Say you want to be at the table.
Yep. Well, what I keep talking about when it comes to the Pac-12 desperately wants to be the marquee G6 conference. This is someone saying, not so fast, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that conference is playing out this year, there is a large case to be made that they will be the front of everything.
I mean, the Americans loaded.
That is a real conference.
USF, Tulane, Memphis, Navy.
I mean, they all need head coaches now, except for Navy.
But North Texas, I mean, the group of five schools are basically the American Conference.
According to Bill Connolly's SP Plus, North Texas is the number one offense in America.
Yeah. That's why he's going to Oklahoma State.
That's why he's going to a big job. And this is part of that. And I know if you're a USF alum or a fan, a grad, whatever, losing Golsh hurts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we keep saying? We keep saying this about Shepard at Oregon State. I've said this about Jimmy Rogers at Washington State. I said this about Cam Ward and John Mateer.
You can't be afraid.
If people want to steal your people, it's because you're doing a great job. Yeah. Does Lanning wish Will Stein wasn't going? Of course he wishes he wasn't going. But if he's going, that's another, Rust, what was the stat you gave me this morning about offensive coordinators at Oregon that became a head coach?
7 of their last 8.
7 of their last 8 have become head coaches. That means you're doing something great.
Yeah.
And USF is saying, we'll continue to do something great because we'll put the money in front of you.
That's what you do, man. That's what you do. And that eventually, hopefully, one guy stays for a decade.
Hopefully.
One guy stays for a decade and you have some sustained run. I do believe that you're going to get the rare guy, the Whittingham, the Ferentz. I still believe those guys exist.
I do too. Lanning might be the next Kirk Ferentz.
Where he just stays somewhere for 15, 20 years.
He might be.
Now, they're going to be rare. They're going to be rare.
Do we even think Ryan Day is that?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't see the NFL calling. I think he loves college. And I think he owes a lot to Ohio State and Herb for giving him that chance. But, outside of those two, maybe Kalani Sitake. But I think that's a different Kirby. Yeah. But outside of that, I might struggle to find. You think Sark's at Texas forever? Nope.
No.
You think Lane's at LSU forever? Nope.
No, he's a guy that hops.
Yep. I mean, I don't even see DeBoer. Say DeBoer wins a couple natties. I don't see him staying at Bama forever.
I could see him leaving, but the guy that I think that would fill his spot, and I think where they would go to is the long rumored Dabo. I think if Dabo went to Bama, I think Dabo would be there until he hung it up.
Yeah. But Dabo might stay at Clemson until
Yeah.
he hangs it up.
But again, I think those are certainly tougher to find, certainly at the smaller schools too. But look at Braum. Braum left Louisville and then came back.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I could see Braum being there for as long as he wants to be there for. I mean, Sig is going to finish out at Indiana.
Well, yeah. I mean, the contract, yeah, and his age.
Yeah.
I think what's really cool about the South Florida stuff and putting the 20.5 plus
10 toes down, man.
is 10 toes down, and it gives people like me hope.
Yeah.
You know, we talk with Johnny Ludes out there. He's my Coug brethren in the office.
He was like,
one of our-
I'm not
one of
back
our
yet.
sales bro, and he was just like, dude, shut down the whole program. He's like, I just don't care anymore. And like, I understand that thought. I disagree, but I understand that thought. My theory, though, is also like, this is why they keep me around, because I'm going, oh, how far is my school from doing what USF does? You know, if you're an Oregon State kid out there, how far away is Oregon State from doing this?
Just takes one donor or a group of donors to go ahead and
maybe
get you
just,
rolling.
And maybe just the right head coach. Look, I like Dickert. A lot of people didn't,
Yeah.
especially on how he left. I don't think he was the guy, but if he is the guy, and then your school says we're going to put all the money in, man, that feels pretty nice.
Yeah.
That feels pretty
When everything
nice.
falls into line, man, it's real nice.
Coming up next in the 11 o'clock hour number deuce, we'll get into some NFL chatter and some teams in a bit of trouble. We'll do all that next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. We're going to have a grand old time on a Tuesday, 105.1 The Fan.
Black From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, as the number 6 Oregon Ducks await the penultimate college football playoff rankings this afternoon at 4 Pacific. Head coach Dan Lanning will have other decisions to make this offseason. Offensive coordinator Will Stein signing a 5-year deal to become the new head coach at Kentucky, but Stein will remain with Oregon through a college football playoff run. Trailblazers start a 5-game road trip this afternoon in Toronto against the Raptors. It's a 4:30 tip on 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity Channel 302. Still no Drew Holiday or Matisse Thybulle. Donovan Clingan is questionable due to an illness. The Blazers are 5.5-point dogs. Portland enters the day having lost 7 of their last 9 and are 10th in the Western Conference. We got an NBC Peacock doubleheader this evening in the NBA. The Celtics 1.5-point favorites hosting the Knicks for a 5 o'clock tip. Then at 8 o'clock, it's the Thunder looking for their 13th straight win. They are 11.5-point favorites at the Warriors. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, hour number deuce here, Portland Sports Theater. Don't you forget it. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts, the YouTubes. Jump on there. You can watch previous shows. If you missed Ryan Clark on This Morning with the Sunrise Guys, you can check that out wherever you get your podcasts or the YouTube. If you missed Souk doing a solo show yesterday, you can check that out on YouTube's or the Odyssey app. Rewind, fast forward, except for Into the Future, because what? That would be impossible. Coming up this hour, we'll look at the state of Texas as things got real weird on rivalry week and how that shakes out in college football. I guess we'll find out a little bit tonight. But I wanted to stick in the NFL. You know, Mike Tomlin, you could always count on him being the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. It's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. I bring up Mike Tomlin for a specific reason. I don't know if you heard this, Danny, over the weekend, but they were chanting "Fire Tomlin" in the stands as they got blown out by Buffalo. That game was actually pretty close until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Buffalo was really struggling on offense, and then there was a strip sack of Rodgers, and everything went to hell. And I think that more than ever, look, there was a lot of chatter coming into this offseason about Mike Tomlin's future, and I think deservedly so a little bit. Now, I didn't think that they should fire him or move on. I didn't think they were quite ready for that. But that fan base seems to be turning. They seem to feel that way too. I found some interesting stats. Mike Tomlin, rock bottom may be here. In his first 13 seasons, he had 12 losses by 17 points or more. 12 in his first 13 seasons. In the last 5, he's had 10. Now, a lot of that is you don't have a quarterback. A lot of that is no Ben anymore. But this Rodgers experiment is also not going well. If you watch him as the season is progressing, he won't move out of the pocket. He's not looking across the middle.
His offensive line is not doing him any favors.
He's basically looking for the out routes on the side, the just extension of run plays, because he doesn't want to push the ball down the field because he's afraid of getting hit or afraid of throwing interceptions. We might be seeing the end of this Tomlin era.
Which is kind of crazy to think about because they've had 3 coaches over the last 45 years? Was that what it was between Noel, Cowher, and Tomlin? Which is nuts.
That's wild. They've had 2 coaches in my lifetime. I'm 40. I'm a man.
Yeah.
Come after me.
I mean, it's bonkers to think about.
It's wild.
It's one of the most not consecutive, but one of the most consistent coaching trees or transitions, as it were, than we've seen in any sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like certainly you get a coach that might stick around for a while.
Chuck Noll took over in 1969.
Good gravy.
Yeah.
So 41 years. So 3 coaches over 65 years?
Mm-hmm.
56.
56. Wait, what year did you say?
1969.
Don't make me math.
69. There you go. I think they say 65. My bad. God dang.
What?
3 coaches over 60 years.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that's the other thing. It's kind of like what we were talking about with college football coaches. Be careful what you wish for, because I didn't really know who Mike Tomlin was when they hired him, but everybody, all the NFL bros were like, slam dunk hire, home run. I think he was the DC in Minnesota when they hired him, and everybody was like, this is the guy. I don't think we expected him to do coward things. Went to a couple Super Bowls, won one.
Yeah.
Like, the dude has proved that he deserved that job.
And never had a season under 500.
Exactly, but now the wheels might be coming off. At least Cowher retired. It wasn't like, we got to get this guy out.
I think the thing is, too, is that Pittsburgh, what they hung their hat on, being one of the best defenses in football every single year, that isn't there, and the offense struggling.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I think has changed.
Yeah, like what are they good at? What is Pittsburgh good at?
They're just meh. TJ Watt's a dude.
And they've been meh for a while.
Cam Hayward's solid.
A dude, yeah.
But like,
What are we doing here?
DK's a good player.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fryermuth, good tight end.
Jalen
Like,
Ramsey, good DB.
Minka is better.
I agree. I do wonder if they regret that trade.
Yeah.
The question is, though, do the Steelers look at this as the same situation?
Do you force him out?
Are they looking at this as like, not only do we need to get rid of him and maybe force him out, but are you looking to hire the next guy for 20 years? Or do you come back to the land of everybody else and realize that maybe we'll take a shot at somebody, and if it doesn't work, we can pull the trigger sooner?
I mean, the ownership is not one to react fast.
They are not.
And
that's probably been to their benefit
Yes.
for the majority of their franchise's history.
And Tomlin is beloved
Mm-hmm.
by the ownership. So I think he's going to have his way. I think Tomlin's going to have his way, whether it's he sees the writing on the wall or he goes to them and says that I'm going to leave. I don't think he doesn't leave on his own terms.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I think they'll give that to him. The Rooney's that's just how they operate.
Yeah. And with what he's done for them and how, again, not a single season under 500.
It's pretty good.
That's nuts, dude.
2 appearances and a win in the Super Bowl. That's not bad either.
Multiple Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's
Kind of wide receiver factory a little bit in the
Yeah.
NFL. I know if Lowercase were here, he would be very angry at us.
yes.
Because he probably wants Tomlin fired.
I get it. I get why the fan base does, but it's not a fear of the unknown. It's be careful what you wish for.
Who's Penn State's head football coach?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Mm.
However, if you want to play the fun game,
Yeah, that state's
it's a little bit of tough patch right
a
now.
little tough.
We're about
patch.
to fly over to Philadelphia
Yeah, I
here
was
in a
saying,
moment too.
again,
A
bit of a tough patch.
rough state of affairs.
They've won a Super Bowl. They've been in a World Series. The Flyers have been up and down, but they had a period where that state was doing pretty well for a while.
the process. Don't forget
Yeah,
the process.
you know, and then they were good for a blip. Won MVP.
You want to play the fun game of who is the most ideal hire for Pittsburgh? If they were to move on from Tomlin, if you want a dude that's there for 20 years, I've got only one name in my brain: Marcus Freeman.
Oh,
That's it.
oh.
If you get rid of Mike Tomlin, you back it up. You back that truck up so fatty. You walk. The Rooneys walk from Pittsburgh to South Bend and knock on Marcus Freeman's door and say, "How would you like to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers?"
God, that's a good fit.
Is that not what he's waiting for? Is that not Marcus Freeman's path? I don't
Yeah.
know what he wants. I've never spoke to the man.
He's a rah guy, but he's not young guy rah. You know what I mean?
Smart rah-rah.
He's a pro.
He
Don't get me wrong. I hate that university, but he is a damn good coach.
but he also strikes me as a guy that there is no better job in college football than Notre Dame to him.
because it's almost militant.
Mm-hmm. There is
The-
no
the-
better
the-
job.
The Catholic school, like the regiment, which when I think of the Steelers, I think of a very regimented program.
Ryan Day takes takes the Giants job in the NFL. Ohio State asks Marcus Freeman, "Do you want to come?" He says no.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer gets fired. Alabama says, Marcus Freeman, you want this job? He says no.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that pulls him is the NFL. And the Steelers.
And it's the right job.
It's the right job.
It's the Steelers or the Bears.
I don't want the Arizona Cardinals.
No, I don't want the Carolina Panthers.
Nope.
It's the Steelers or the Bears.
I don't even know if it's the Bears. I don't know if it's the Packers, the Patriots.
I think it's
the Cowboys.
Honestly, I think it's the Bears and the Steelers. That's what I would go with.
So if you
honestly, or Packers. I think that, again, the toughness, the history, defense. Like, I think those are kind of, when we talk about this all the time. What is it? Identity. And if you're gonna picture Freeman somewhere, Steelers and Freeman would make a ton of sense. Now, would it happen? Would he leave for that? I don't know, but
maybe not now.
I'd make the phone call. That's for damn sure.
Can Tomlin last another 5 years? If you give Marcus Freeman 5 more years at Notre Dame, then does he start thinking? Because I don't think he goes right now. I don't think he'd walk from Notre Dame right now.
I don't think Tomlin goes right now.
I don't think so either.
Sorry, lowercase.
It'll be interesting to see how that unfolds.
I like that, though. I like
That's the only thing I can think
that's
of.
a nice, well done.
It's the only thing I
Well
can think
done.
of.
That's a good marriage.
Thanks, dude.
That's a
Doing
better.
all right here.
Over here playing matchmaker.
Yeah, just trying my best.
There you go.
Trying my best. When we come back, we'll stick in the NFL. We'll head over, stay in the state of Pennsylvania. It's literally called Wyoming. And get to the Philadelphia Eagles, as there is another stain on them from Thanksgiving weekend. 105.1 The Fan.
The
503-864-6326 is the fan text line. A reminder, we have free consultation today at 12:15. If you need something we can help you with,
Your post-turkey edition.
the firm is here to help you out. Get those in, 503-864-6326. That's at 12:15 or over on the YouTube chats. I want to read some texts and chats, kind of put a little bow on the Pittsburgh Steelers conversation we were just having. People are saying Tomlin isn't at fault, but I think he was such a good coach that he shot himself in the foot. They're always good enough not to get great draft capital because of his coaching.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I see here? Everyone's favorite coach is the next one. That's the truth. Everybody
It's the backup
thinks-
quarterback syndrome.
Yeah, everybody thinks that as well. Where else is this? And this couldn't be more true. This is on the YouTube chat. The Steelers need a 3-14 season. The repeated 9-8 seasons are just not doing the franchise any good. And that goes to what the texter was saying too, is that's the problem with living in mediocrity in the NFL. And we talk about that frequently. Mediocrity in the NFL is a scary, dangerous place to be because it is so hard. It is so hard to get those really key game-changing players in the NFL through free agency and trades. They just cost too much. No quarterback. Joe Burrow doesn't go on the open market.
No.
He just doesn't.
And they got
Just-
lucky getting Ben when they got him because they got him out to the top 10.
Justin Herbert's not going to be on the open market. The open market guys are going to be like Tua and Bryce Young someday and maybe a Trevor Lawrence. So there is some talent out there, but
also
Josh Allen's never not going to be a Bill unless he's old and washed like Rodgers, you know?
But you also, again, like Rodgers wasn't a top 10 pick.
He wasn't.
There's luck that goes along with this. You make some of your own
That's
luck
that's a fair point.
by picking up higher. But TJ Watt's not a number 1 overall pick. You know, Troy Polamalu's not a number 1 overall pick. Jerome Bettis, he was higher up. But, you just kind of go down the list of guys that they've had. And a lot of that is their front office and their scouting, their coaching. It's what they had under Noel. It's what they had under Cowher. It's what they had under Tomlin, is that there has been alignment in what they are. It started with the steel curtain, and it proliferated through Cowher and through Tomlin.
And as I said, they were able to find receivers anywhere. But quarterback is a different situation. Quarterback's tough. And I do think a 3-14 season would be beneficial to them.
Yeah, Neil O'Donnell, Tommy Maddox, not
doing it.
You can get lucky with a Trent Dilfer when you have the best defense.
Neil O'Donnell did go to a Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. But again, what happened? They didn't have the offense.
No, then they got blown out by a Cowboy dynasty.
No.
Cordell Stewart.
Slash was fun, but
Slash was fun.
But Ben's a top 10 quarterback in the history of the NFL. So there's a trade-off between those two.
Staying in the state of Philadelphia, or state of Pennsylvania, and sliding over to the city of Philly. Another
state
clunker.
of Philadelphia.
The state of Philadelphia.
Well, we're going to talk about the state of Philadelphia.
Dude,
like that?
The state of Pennsylvania is just really chapping my ass these days. I can't talk about it. I can't pronounce anything. None of it makes any sense to me, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's literally called Wyoming. Exactly. But the Philadelphia Eagles lay another stinker on Friday over Thanksgiving weekend as they lose to the Bears 24-15. I guess the offense was alive in the second half? Question mark.
Were they?
They scored touchdowns. That's an improvement.
That's what happened, huh?
I saw this. The Eagles have had 3 straight 3-and-outs.
Mm-hmm.
They lead the NFL in 3-and-outs.
They can't run the damn ball.
38 on the season. Now, it might be a weird stat because it's their most since they had 44 in 2020. But they're also tied with the Broncos for the most this season. So a little misleading stat because the Broncos are very good. But what is our complaint about the Broncos? It's always been the offense.
Yeah.
None of us are enamored by Cortland Sutton as a number 1.
No.
As much as I like Bo. I don't love Bo. I like Bo.
Sure.
I don't love him.
How much more do you like Jalen over Bo?
A lot more.
Okay.
A lot more. And how much do I like this Philly offense more? A lot more. Just from dudes.
Yes. The problem is, and we keep circling back to this, is that offensive line, they can't power guys. The Saquon's rush yards before contact is just not what it was. And again, it doesn't need to be what it was in a 2,000-yard rushing season.
No, it
but
doesn't.
he is just, 13 carries, 56 yards. You're just like,
Can't
can't
work. That doesn't work.
And he had 2 targets.
No catches?
So no catches. So he had 13 touches on the game.
You're talking about the offensive player of the year last year.
And again, it doesn't need to be 2,000 yards rushing, but, you got to be like a 1,400 yard rusher and then chip in another 40 in the receiving game. Like, he just hasn't been that guy, and a big part of that has been their offensive line. And that's because their defense is pretty damn good.
Pretty good. Pretty damn good. I mean, Caleb Williams, 17 of 36. That's not great.
No, they
154 yards.
They had like 7 pass breakups. Philly did. Like, they got to him. They hit him in the backfield. They got to Chicago, but the problem is Monangai and Swift ran all over them.
250 yards together.
Yeesh. And
Against the Super Bowl champ.
Ripping off big runs, but between those two guys, 40 carries.
Yep.
What couldn't the Eagles do?
Run the ball.
What did the Bears do?
Run the ball.
And Caleb made plays when he needed him to.
There are reports of Philly fans throwing rocks at their offensive coordinator's house. I saw that.
Well, we've
stay classy, Philly.
We've talked about this.
Stay classy.
They lose their offensive coordinator and Kellen Moore, and something just between the offensive line and the offensive coordinator, the line being banged up and losing some guys, and the offensive coordinator changeover from Kellen Moore, like those two things, I think they go pretty hand in hand because A.J. Brown's over here saying he's going to be quiet. And he just keeps throwing a fit.
Even though he had 10 catches.
It's like, dog. I mean, but again, the flip side of this is he had 10 catches for $132 and 2 touchdowns. Maybe you should get him the ball. Attention, J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, I think what's just difficult about the whole situation is the Nick Sirianni aspect. And I think this is, we are now really seeing, because I never quite understood before they won a Super Bowl, the early kind of fascination the media seemed to have about him being a bad coach. He's just a weird guy. I don't have an issue with that. A lot of guys are weird. That doesn't
weird,
bother me.
recognize weird?
But yeah, weird. Right there with you, buddy. I'm on your team. But this is where I think that's kind of starting to show. It feels, I don't know if it feels ignorant or if it feels stubborn or what, but the fact that it feels like he just wants to continue doing what they're doing, even though it's not working, has to frustrate the living hell out of Eagles fans.
Yeah.
And that might be where the rubber really meets the road. That might be why people are like, I don't like Sirianni. Even
Despite
though
winning a Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, lost one and won one. It's like, I don't like him.
That's, again.
It's a strange thought. How many coaches are like that in the NFL or in college football? Like, none.
Ryan Day.
Yeah, those Ohio State losers and Ryan Day.
It's very similar. There's a pretentiousness that comes with it.
Good point. Good point on that. Remember all the natties.
Or DeBoer with
all the natties that Ohio State has won in the last 20 years. By that I mean 2.
Yeah, but it's also it's DeBoer at Alabama. Like, there's rumors and notes about DeBoer being like, screw you guys. Like, I took
Penn
over.
State rumors were out there.
Like the idea of
the impossible job.
Yeah, it's like, we just won a Super Bowl. Shut up. But that's Philly sports fans, and I do kind of in a weird, sick, twisted way appreciate that about them, and it's never good enough. Because what ends up happening? You make changes.
Yeah.
And you keep trying, and you keep going after it. Like,
you expect better.
Yes. And
you have high standards.
And I do kind of respect that about them. To be honest, I do, because it's something that I've said about Portland fans in general, like, hey, as long as they're winning 44 games to 48 games and they're good and they try hard, most of the cities, like, yeah, I'm in. But when they get up to like 50 wins, like, people tell me, well, that Western Conference Finals run. And I'm like, yeah, you got snuffed by the Warriors. You didn't have a chance in that series. Like, you weren't good enough. And that's the LA in me kind of coming out of like,
sometimes it's hard to realize that they gave absolutely everything they could to beat the Nuggets and get to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
And that's what, and you knew they were out of gas.
And then, Steph doesn't play in the first couple games.
And you still lose.
Yeah. So, yeah, like there's a demand by the fan base. And I think if you're a front office, like, is there a demand in Carolina? Is there a demand in Arizona? Is there a demand in Jacksonville?
I don't think you can.
Green Bay, there's a demand. Pittsburgh, there's a demand. Philly, there's a demand. I'd say there is in Dallas, but also people just roll their eyes. Jerry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? San Francisco,
we've all kind of moved on.
There's a demand. Like, there's a demand to be great. And with that, those expectations make it so you can't just rest on your laurels.
And it feels like Sirianni's kind of doing that.
Yeah. or
I don't blame him.
or paralyzed by, or paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
Like he's like, it worked last year. Why isn't it working this year?
Well, new information can create new opinions.
Yep.
Free consult,
Or it doesn't.
and then that costs you your job.
Yep.
Free consultation at 12:15, 503-864-6326 on the YouTube chats as well. When we come back, let's move to the state of Texas. Big game happened over the weekend that could put everything in a giant shuffle. Maybe we'll find out more tonight with the College Football Playoff Committee and their announcement of the current playoff situation. But first, I would love to give it to the Big Kahuna with sports.
You mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, the number 6 Oregon Ducks await the penultimate college football playoff rankings this afternoon. Meanwhile, head coach Dan Lanning, he will have other decisions to make this offseason. Offensive coordinator Will Stein signing a 5-year deal to become the new head coach at Kentucky, but Stein will remain with Oregon through a college football playoff run. Trailblazers start a 5-game road trip this afternoon in Toronto against the Raptors. 4:30 tip on 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity Channel 302. Still no Drew Holiday or Matisse Thybulle. Donovan Clingan is questionable due to an illness. The Blazers are 5.5-point underdogs. Portland enters the day having lost 7 of 9, and they are currently 10th in the Western Conference. There's an NBC Peacock doubleheader this evening in the association. The Celtics 1.5-point favorites hosting the Knicks for a 5 o'clock tip. Then at 8 o'clock, it's the Thunder looking for win number 13 in a row. They are 11.5-point favorites at the Warriors. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
College Football Playoff Committee will have their hands full this evening. That's for show. Would you want that job, Danny? On the selection committee? Not necessarily be the guy that has to talk, but would you want that job?
Yes and no. If my sole job was to do that, then yeah.
I think I'd be hella down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love it.
I mean, I would take it seriously. Like,
I would take it very seriously.
I've asked about being a voter for NBA awards before
Mm-hmm.
and like how that process goes down, because I've seen some of the people that vote and how they vote, and I go, why do you have a vote?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have a vote?
Don't get me started on the MLB Hall of Fame, dude.
Yeah.
That's my career goal, is to have a vote for the Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
just
because-
because I would take it seriously.
And because so many of those guys don't, or they're
Well.
pretentious D-bags.
Right.
And like, I do my own ballots of like, this is how I would vote.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do it too.
It's like, and I give my reasoning why, and I do the work, and
We had the convo about Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I want Cal Raleigh to get it all really bad, but I would have voted for Judge.
yeah, I would have voted for Cal, and I think we both had our reasons, just kind of going down that. But again, I don't think there was a wrong vote necessarily there. I think it was between those two guys, but just in general, when you're talking about the college football playoff, I would try to take all of my feelings out of it. I know everybody, I'm USC honk, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to those kind of things, I do think I'm about as objective as it gets with that kind of stuff. Like, I just look at what's there.
Well, it's what I've been preaching all since we started this show, is that now that my school plays a completely different sport, a lot of my biases are gone. A lot of my allegiances are gone. I don't have a conference that I am die hard about anymore, which means that a lot of those teams that I hate, I don't have anymore. I mean, I always hate the Huskies. That's just regionality, and that's just in the blood. But like, I've talked so much jive about Oregon over my lifetime, and I have nothing really negative to say or really positive.
Look, man,
just watching it.
everybody
I don't
thinks-
hate Ohio State as much as I used
I
to
do.
because I just don't care.
But again, I still think they're a top 5 team in the country, but I've been steadfast in this. I think Indiana's the best team in the country. But as it pertains to Oregon, I'm the guy that's sitting here saying over and over again, for everybody thinks I hate Oregon, if USC beat them, I still would have had Oregon in the playoff.
Yeah. And I said no. I said
Yeah,
no,
like-
they wouldn't get in.
I don't think you could keep a 10-2 Oregon team out. That their 2 losses would have been to Indiana and USC.
Yeah.
Like,
They'd have been both at home. That might have held that against them.
but again,
But I hear what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like, I just try. Look, when we're talking about this stuff, I'll have my fun. But when it comes, like when push comes to shove, I'm just going to be honest about this stuff. Like, that's just the reality, and I'll adjust accordingly. Like, early in the season, I said, as of right now, I think it was like the first 4 or 5 weeks, I'm like, Miami's the best team in the country.
Oh, we were both on that.
Yeah.
Carson Beck, Heisman Trophy.
Defense is playing out of their minds. Like,
Yep.
I was like, yeah, no, this looks like the best. This is what I've seen. But as we've gone through the season, as Indiana has just been a complete wagon, I'm like, Indiana's the best team in the country. Like, new information,
New opinions.
New opinions. You just kind of figure it out as you go.
Texas Longhorns defeat the Texas A&M Aggies 27-17. It was 10-3 at halftime, A&M up, and then just completely fell apart defensively in the second half. This puts the weird kink in it, my friend. I was looking at some strength of schedule stuff. Let me see if I can find that, because I'm always curious in doing some of my Oregon research what like Oregon's strength of schedule is. So I'm always curious how people view the Penn State game. That seems to be a large topic to converse about. And I was looking at it, and Oregon's strength of schedule is 19th in the nation. That's pretty good.
USC being better, Iowa being better, Indiana being better, all those things that bumps them up.
Northwestern continuing to win
Being,
games.
being a solid program.
Texas is at 7.
Yeah.
This is the 3-loss team that they really, really think they should be in the college football playoff.
You look at who are their losses to.
Ohio State.
on the road.
The Florida loss sucks.
That's the one that bites them.
The Florida loss sucks.
And then, what was the other one I'm forgetting here? Ohio State, Florida and
Georgia. And they got
housed.
Yeah.
But Ohio State, they could have won that game.
They could have won that
easily
game.
won that game.
In the most boring number 1 versus number 2 games I've ever
In
seen
the
in my
history
entire
of
life.
football. Well, it's not true. We had 6-3.
They had a choice. They had a chance to beat Florida. Kentucky is a great win. Vanderbilt, the score is 34-31. I saw that score was
That
like
game was over.
31-0
Yeah,
at
that
one
game was
point, I
over.
feel like. They have good wins on their resume. They have, the A&M is a housing by my money. I don't think there's any way I can put this team in because I don't think they're that good. I think it's a rivalry game. I think there are a lot of the questions people have about Texas A&M were exposed in that game. Marcel Reed played bad.
That's where they go where he goes.
It could be, it could be similar to Oregon getting punched in the face by Indiana. That maybe Texas just walked in and punched them in the face and A&M didn't know what to do because nobody had done that to them in a while.
And with A&M, well, I mean, they did. I mean, South Carolina almost got them. Remember? They had, was it a 20
the most insane
comeback? With A&M, though, they only have one win against a CFP top 25 team, and that was a 41-40 win early in the season against Notre Dame.
Which is funny because their strength of schedule is at 27.
They haven't played anybody bad.
Oh, fair.
Now, they did avoid the Georgias of the world. They did avoid the Alabamas of the world. They
beat an LSU team badly who fired their coach. They beat a Missouri team that...
It's a good team.
It's a fine team.
Yeah.
It's bottom of the SEC of good.
But they're good.
Sure.
But that's the question about them. I'm just kind of going through.
They did beat Notre Dame on the road.
Yep.
That was a huge win.
That
put A&M on the map.
Mm-hmm.
That let people know, hey, we're Texas A&M. We're here to play.
We can play with anybody.
We finally got the right coach. We finally got the money. This isn't Jimbo. This isn't Kevin Sumlin. This is real big boy football.
Heather Dinich, her projection is Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Georgia 3, and Tech 4.
A&M drops out of the top 4. I think so too.
Oregon 5, A&M 6, and then Ole Miss 7, Oklahoma 8, which I don't agree with. Notre Dame 9, and then Bama falls all the way down to 10.
Bama's at 10.
Yeah, I would flop Oklahoma and Bama.
Alabama beat Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. And BYU 11 and then Miami 12.
Oklahoma's the weirdest team in that whole conversation. Is anybody scared of Oklahoma?
No.
Even if you have to go to Oklahoma?
No.
No, I don't think so. Makes me so sad too. My boy.
So, but now how it would actually shake out is Tulane would be 12, Virginia at 11. So
I want this just came into my brain. I want the committee to do something serious tonight.
Mm.
My G5 team is North Texas.
Sure.
I want them to be in. I love that offense. I want to see that offense against a big boy defense. Just for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
So indulge me here and let's say it's North Texas. And they know and let's say Virginia wins the game and they're the ACC. Put Virginia 12. Put North Texas 11.
There you go.
Do it. Have some cojones. Why not?
Send Virginia to Autzen.
Who would you choose on a neutral site to win a football game? North Texas against Virginia. Who are you taking? I know we're not like deep in the blood of watching Virginia football or deep in the blood of watching North Texas football, but I think we're all pulling for North Texas in that game.
Yeah, if you're talking about those two playing somewhere on a neutral field, you're the overwhelming fan sentiment is going to be North Texas.
So why not make them 11?
Give them a little bit better path?
Sure, and then open the door. I think
so. As it would sit right now, it would be Tulane, or if you want to take out Tulane, it'd be North Texas and Virginia. If you swap them, Virginia would go to Autzen, and North Texas would go to Kyle Field to take on A&M.
And I would love that. That would be entertainment.
North Texas and A&M at Kyle Field.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Plus, kind of back to our conversation about South Florida putting all their money in. If you make a G5 team not the 12 seed, they did this last year with Boise State. Or was Boise State the 12? Oh, I think Boise State was the 12. No, they had a bye? Boy, feels like a century ago. Either way. If you set the precedent that a North Texas or a Tulane or a Memphis or whoever's getting in, James Madison, could be not the 12 seed, that again brings everything down to the same line of everything can be created equal. Everything can be looked at equally.
Yeah.
And that creates more excitement.
Changes the lens.
Without a doubt. It kind of gets away, as some people are saying, quit falling for the SEC propaganda. And I totally hear you. And
trust me, we're not about that.
We're trying desperately not to. But that would help counter that SEC propaganda. Look, if Herbie and Saban want to sit there and bang the SEC drum all day, go for it. That channel, that entity can do whatever the hell they want. But if you really want to talk about college football, why not? Why not?
I will say on the flip side of this bracket, with how Dinich has this, it would be Bama Ole Miss, and the winner of that would take on Indiana.
Bama Ole Miss winner would take on Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
See, this is why I would flop Bama and Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, Boise State was the 3 seed last year. They had a bye.
Yeah.
But do we count Boise State as a G5 school? Really?
They are, but
They are, but they get a lot of credit.
But yeah, just kind of looking at how this bracket shapes up in the into the next round, that would mean the winner of Virginia Oregon would get Texas Tech, and North Texas A&M would get Georgia.
I'm in for all of it.
Ohio State seems like they're getting off too easy here.
Of course
they'd
are.
have the winner of Notre Dame Oklahoma. Swap Bama and Oklahoma.
Texas ain't going in. Not as a 3-loss team.
The hell no.
Bama could be a 3-loss team. They might go in. That'll ruffle some feathers.
But they're not a 3-loss team.
Dude, what if BYU wins this weekend? What if BYU wins this weekend?
Well,
I'm going to ask that question again. What if
looking at it-
BYU wins again this weekend?
they've got it up on the board behind you right now on ESPN. They have the playoff matchup predictor. As it stands right now, Tech is a 99% chance of making the playoff. So no matter what happens,
They're in.
They're in.
They're in no matter what. BYU is not in
But if
unless
BYU
they win.
wins,
Who gets knocked out? Are we knocking out Notre Dame?
Well, they are now saying that if Bama loses to Georgia, they would fall out. They have a 1% chance of
There's
making
too many
the playoff.
teams that are good with 2 losses. If Bama has
But why are you getting punished for going to the SEC title game?
because it's your 3rd loss. Because you lost to Oklahoma.
But you
and
already
Florida
beat
State.
Georgia.
Understood, but Georgia's only lost to you. They lost to Oklahoma and Florida State. Oklahoma, the most fraudulent playoff team, and Florida State, who if they had $20, they'd fire their coach.
Right.
But they don't have $20.
I don't think you should punish a team for losing in a conference title game.
I understand that. I agree, but you're not going to say that about BYU.
No, but who else has Alabama beat?
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair. I do not envy them tonight.
Look, if Georgia smacks the crap out of Alabama, okay. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think
'Cause
that'll happen either.
For whatever reason, Kirby's got a Alabama issue.
And those two got an issue with each other.
Yep.
They're like scorned lovers.
Which I love.
That can't be separated.
I love to see that.
Web Gems is next. Everybody's favorite. Don't forget free consultation at 12:15, 503-864-6326, or on the YouTube chat. That's 503-864-6326. Web Gems is next. 105.1 The Fan.
Sometimes it's good.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time.
Sometimes it's bad.
No, son of a...
It's Web Gems,
What'd you do?
the firm of Harris and Meringue on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. We do it every single day at 11:45. Quick little preview of the big nooner. Blazers back in action tonight.
On the road.
4:30 tip, Danny. You love that.
I love
You're going to be home by 10 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Sunday's game, 3 o'clock tip was just mwah!
We'll get to that in the big nooner, along with free consultation, 503-864-6326. A couple of those coming in, so send some more in, and we'll try to get them all in. I don't remember if there was some leftovers from last week or not. If there did, I accidentally deleted those, so
How
I
dare you.
apologize.
You like to clean
Whoopsies.
a clean sheet. I've noticed that.
I do like a clean sheet at the end of the week. I like it gone. The Cleveland Browns lost to the San Francisco 49ers over the weekend. I don't know if you saw that game, and judging by the attendance, I don't think you did. The Niners took care of business pretty well. But your web gem... I do have a giant say. I did not mean to click that. We do have a great highlight from this, though. Browns defensive tackle Shelby Harris had a comment about Juwan Jennings. Now, if you remember, Juwan Jennings got punched in the nethers against Carolina.
For acting out of pocket.
I'll just play. This is what Shelby Harris had to say on Juwan Jennings.
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts, because that's some, like, he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But, like, I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit, and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched you nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
I just want to start that again from the beginning.
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like,
Bringing it back.
He's a hoe. Why is everybody a hoe now?
Bringing it back, baby.
Lane Kiffin's a hoe. Juwan Jennings is a hoe. It's confusing.
It's the
to
holiday
me.
spirit. Ho, ho, ho.
We're just so, that's what it is. It's the holidays. We're all excited the holidays are here.
Yes.
So we call everybody a hoe.
You can hear his voice.
Make a hoe a housewife.
You can hear his voice cracking because he's pissed.
Well,
That was him controlled.
yeah, you know what, man? I don't know if we'll ever find out because usually they don't, but what is he saying? What is Juwan Jennings saying? When you talking about stuff you don't say to another man?
Well, he barked
you
at a
talking
guy
about-
who was down injured.
oh.
That's what it was.
Oh.
And it was bad enough. George Kittle's right there. Kittle was immediately reacts not to hold back Jennings. He goes to the Cleveland guys yo, he's my bad. He's not with us, kind of. You know what I mean?
Because I was wondering if it was like a yo mama or like a Zinedine Zidane situation.
It sounds like it was
your mother and sister are.
I hope you're from the reaction and his reaction, it sounded like I hope your career's over kind of a deal. I hope you're out. You know what I mean? That's when you're on the in between those. Look, man, military's similar in this vein. We have rivals. It gets heated. NFL locker rooms, NBA locker rooms, and I'm sure MLB clubhouses, NHL locker rooms are the same. Fights happen. There is a there is a lot of testosterone. We go at each other's neck. We used to settle stuff behind closed doors in the military. If there was real beef, you go in there and you beat somebody's ass. And whoever came out, but that was it. That kind of stuff happens. But when it's across lines, that's when it because when you say something super, super out of pocket where you get this kind of reaction, that's the kind of thing where somebody's going to choke slam you.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care at that point. There's a lot of trash talk out there. If you ever go to an NBA game and sit courtside, don't bring your kids.
Yeah.
You will hear some wild trash talk.
Yeah, just the stories of KG and stuff like that are enough to get me going.
Yeah. But, it's getting in guys' heads and stuff like that. But there is a line when you're talking about hurting somebody or going after family members or you can make it even personal. But there's just certain lines you don't cross. And this is a couple weeks now for Jennings where he's clearly crossed lines. Somebody's going to hit him from the backside and not care about him.
And at some point, your teammates aren't going to be there to support you.
That's what I mean. Honestly, man, like this is a running theme with me. It's one of the things I love about the NHL. You act out of pocket in the NHL, what happens to you?
It's time to nut up or shut up.
That enforcer's coming off that bench, and you are gonna get folded.
Well,
It
there's no bitch.
It does not matter how much money you make. That guy is going to take the 5-minute major and whoop your ass.
As Shelby Harris said,
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like I see, like
It's just, like, to be honest, it's one of the things I really appreciate about the NHL because they have not gone away from that.
no, they've tried to make fighting less of a thing.
But they also know when it's very clear what's about to happen that needs to happen,
Talk shit.
the refs step back. When somebody hits the ice, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
All right, we come up. Big Nooner is next. Blazers are back in action tonight. Have a little conversation about the Zers back on track. Free consultation at 12:15 as well. So get your questions in on the fan text line, 503-864-6326, or over on the YouTube chats. Loaded final hour. Don't go anywhere. 105.1 The Fan.
I'm Michael
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, as the number 6 Oregon Ducks await the penultimate college football playoff rankings to be released this afternoon. Head coach Dan Lanning will have other decisions to make this offseason. Offensive coordinator Will Stein signing a 5-year deal to become the new head coach at Kentucky, but Stein will remain with Oregon through a college football playoff run. Over in the association, the Trailblazers started a 5-game trip this afternoon in Toronto against the Raptors. It's a 4:30 tip on 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity Channel 302. Still no Drew Holiday or Matisse Thybulle. Donovan Clingan is questionable due to an illness. The Blazers are 5.5-point dogs. Portland entering the day having lost 7 of 9 and are 10th in the Western Conference. Oregon men's basketball begins Big Ten play this evening, hosting number 24 USC. 7 o'clock tip. Coverage right here on the Fan Sports Network starts at 6:30, immediately following primetime. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go here. Portland Sports Leader, the firm of Harrison Meringue. We do this every single day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. After us, you'll get Duck Insider from 1 to 2, the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3, and then, baby, it's prime time. Prime time will send you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, local, regional sports talk radio. Prime time. I think Rob is back today. I hope so. I don't know. I got this playoff bracket in front of me from last year. It's just so strange how things change.
Yeah. How many teams are back at it?
Well, the first game is Clemson, Texas, so neither of those.
Yep.
The bye is Arizona State. Nope.
No Boise State.
Tennessee.
Out.
There's Ohio State. There's Oregon. SMU.
Out.
Ooh, number 6, Penn State.
Out.
Boise State.
Out.
Indiana, Notre Dame.
So 4 so far.
And Georgia.
5. So 5 to 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty decent turnover.
Pretty decent turnover. I hope that's what we get in college football, that it's just turnover.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we will.
And I hope the Notre Dame's, Oregon's, Georgia's, Indiana's of the world cycle out too. I want to see new blood.
Well, why not?
It's fun.
New blood is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Blazers are in action tonight.
They are.
On the road.
In Toronto.
A sweeping road series here, huh?
They're taking on maybe the most surprising team in basketball. I think Detroit is getting more love because they are the best team in the Eastern Conference, and they have been dumb good. But
they're a little bit of the darling of the dance, too.
I mean, Cade's getting a lot of love, rightfully so. He's kind of a dark horse MVP candidate. He's assuming the role of being, Timothy Chalamet, for sure. But Toronto's the only team in the league that has 3 20-point scorers on their roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
R.J. Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Brandon Ingram.
That R.J. Barrett and Brandon Ingram, 2 guys that people seem to not really want.
I don't want them on my team.
Now they come together, and with Scotty Barnes, the one player that Toronto deemed untouchable, put those 3 together, and they seem to be like an okay combination.
On the season, number 10 offense, number 5 defense. They have the 7th best point differential in basketball. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's working.
Let's see. There's no potentially no Clingan tonight.
Yeah, he's still sick.
Ooh, what kind of sick? He's got the mud butt?
I think so, yeah.
Oof.
What's interesting is they have the number 10 offense. The only guy who is really playing truly above board in an efficiency standpoint, like points per shot attempt, Ingram's under the 50th percentile. Barnes is at the 50th percentile. Quickly's in the 57th percentile. It's Barrett at the 70th percentile. And then Pirtle, but Pirtle isn't a guy that, really kills it for you. And the only guy who's great at the rim is Pirtle. Like the rest of the team's just kind of so-so. And then from 3, Scotty Barnes has been good. The volume's decent. And then, they've got a couple other, role players that are kicking in, but Ingram's in the 23rd percentile. Barrett's in the 50th percentile. But where Barrett has done really well so far is been a mid-range guy.
Ooh, you know what I love?
Mhm.
You know I love a good mid-range.
Because he sucks at the rim. That has been the weird thing about him is he is 6'6", 6'7", big, strong guy. Star Jay Barrett. He was in the same class as Zion. I remember I will never forget that hoop summit because Zion was supposed to be there. He was there, but he had a broken wrist and didn't play. And scouts were like just salivating over RJ. Like, oh, he's retooled his jumper. He's really figuring it out. And I'm watching this guy just brick shot after shot after shot after shot. And then I see him get to the rim, and he smoked so many rim attempts. And it was like, how are you this good at getting there but not good at finishing? Like right now, he's at the 41st percentile in rim finishing for wings. And if you look at him for his career, let me pull this up. He has been, I'm just going to read through these real quick from his rookie year on. This is where it percentile ranks. Lower number, bad. 19th, 25th, 16th, 25th, 20th, 35th, and 41st.
You're telling me that Donovan Clingan is needed in this game?
Yes, in the sense of he gets there, but he doesn't finish well.
Right, but he can clean up what you didn't finish.
Yeah, for sure. The Blazers as a offensive rebounding team, very good. Defensive rebounding team, so-so. And
Yeah,
when they're
we were
playing with
mentioning
these smaller lineups, this is kind of a deal. So the Raptors are 5.5-point favorites. Obviously, the Blazers don't have Drew. Shaden's still on a minutes restriction. No Scoot. Obviously, Tease, I don't think I've said anything yet.
Matisse Thybulle.
Tease is going through individual drills and stuff. And
Hey.
he's out of the hard cast and in a soft cast.
That's great.
On his left thumb. What the good news is he's been able to do things physically and stay ready, keep his legs right. He just hasn't been able to use his left hand, left thumb. So hopefully they're able to get him back in the next week or two. I think that's kind of what the hope is. Maybe by the time they get back from this elongated trip, because they have those 3 games, then they have 3 days off between they have a game the 7th and the 11th. They have a little bit of a break there. I would imagine today's the 2nd? So
It's December already?
Yeah, there you go.
Rust isn't paying attention.
Yeah, he's gone. No, what? littering and smoking the reefer. But with that, getting a body back. Sweet Jesus, do they need one?
Yeah, for sure. I did find this, came across my timeline. I wanted to stoke your fire a little bit because I know you're all over this.
Do it.
The
Stoke me.
complete list of players that average 25-plus points per game, 7-plus rebounds per game, and 6-plus assists per games in the month of November. There's 4 of them. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
Luka Doncic.
And Denny
Avdia.
That's what I've been saying.
Is it funny that all 4 of those dudes are not American?
What else are they all?
If you think it's narrative, it's not narrative. It's a little fact. It's a little factual.
They're all big as hell, too.
They are big. Yeah. I mean, Denny's the smallest of those 4.
No, well, Luka's shorter, but heavier.
There's a lot of girth on that, Luka.
He's trimmed down. You know what? They might be relatively like Luka's
Luka
probably still a
seems
little
bigger.
He's probably. You need to see Denny up close.
Yeah.
Denny's a truck.
I haven't been to a Blazer game in years.
He's 6'9", 250.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
That's thick.
He's a big dude. And he plays with that. And this is what I've been trying to say about what Denny is. Your guy Zach said yesterday if
whoa.
Look,
He's just my friend.
Yeah, I mean, he's your guy. He said on YouTube yesterday if your second best player is Denny, your cheeks. And I'm like, no.
Like Mo Cheeks?
If we said it off air. If I take his name off that and I show you his stats, it's Jason Tatum. 27, 7, and 6. That is Jason Tatum.
Easy ride.
Shooting 48, 38, 81.
You know I love Jason Tatum.
That's his box score.
You know I love Jason Tatum.
But like that, I want to divorce people from that. Like, it's not just that he's putting up stats. He's doing it by getting to the free throw line, taking and making a truckload of threes, and doing it all super efficiently. Like that is the definition of all-star power wing in the NBA.
Fair.
Look, I thought Denny was going to be better. I did not think he was going to be this good. This is not a fringe all-star. That production is dyed in the wool, no BS all-star competing for an all-NBA spot. with that kind of production.
That'd be fun
Now, does he get
on a
that?
40-win team.
That's the thing. It's like they probably got to win 47, 48 games for him to get that consideration. But this is how the NBA works is you lay that foundation for a year and you come back and you do it again and your team's better.
What did I tell you? The 2026-27 MVP of the league will be Cade Cunningham. It will.
I mean,
The narrative's already started.
if Wemby doesn't, as long as he stops picking up little nicks here or
I
there,
know, but if Wemby wins one this year, then they'll be like, he's got one. It's fine. He's going to win more in
he's
the
not going
future.
to win it this year.
But it's Cade Cunningham.
I thought, but the calf is going to keep him out for long enough, and it's going to be one of those weird run-ups where they take care of him, and he's not going to. He's going to miss enough of a chunk where, and Jokic has been so
was just about to say,
unbelievable.
It's Jokic's this year, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, and hell, Shea's averaging what 33, 7, and 5.
I saw somebody the other day at some podcaster. Who was it? Somebody I respected. It wasn't like a Paul Pierce run his mouth. Maybe it was Paul Pierce.
To put in perspective, Danny
Said-
Avdia is averaging more points right now than Kevin Durant on almost the exact same efficiency.
Well, Kevin Durant's got a lot of guys on his team that can score. He can spread the ball around.
But again, Denny's the guy and still doing it at the same efficiency.
Well, I know. But it's also easy, to the point, it also is easy to be the guy on a bad team.
It's not, though. It's hard to be efficient.
Well, it's just hard to be efficient in NBA in general.
But if you don't have anybody else and you're seeing double, triple, you're getting blitzed,
Sure.
you're getting trapped,
Sure.
they're taking the ball out of your hands, and you're having to work that hard, you're the only guy that has real rim pressure. That's, again, I'm not trying to say that Denny's better than KD. I'm just trying to just kind of put in perspective how good he has been through the first 20 games of the season.
Free consultation coming up next. 503-864-6326. Anything we can help you with? Leftovers from Thanksgiving or what you got going forward or some sports stuff? Are you worried about no Will Stein and no Tosh Lapoy? Get to whatever you need. This is The Firm on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for your free consultation.
Don't sweat it. It's a freebie.
Every Tuesday at 12:15, the firm of Harrison Meringue dishes advice.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Sports, life, your questions answered at your own risk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
He's a hoe.
You know you are.
I'm so glad I have that drop now. Thank you, Rusty.
It's a nice little staccato on that.
Merry Christmas to me.
He's a hoe.
It's a good one. Short, sweet, to the point. That's the great thing about that word is that it's just 2 letters.
I know. It's just ho. Yo. Like I just said 3 words there. Yo. God, I love it. Making me giggle so much. This is free consultation. We do it every single Tuesday at 12:15, giving you some help in your life, however you might need them. We'll start here. I kind of teased it, and then it came in during the break, so we'll start there. Am I crazy for not being worried about Stein and Tosh both potentially leaving? Dan came up in a program with the best coaches who lost assistants yearly. He knows this is what it means to run a top program, and I trust him. I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy at all.
I don't think you're crazy.
I think it's okay to be like a touch worried, but I think it's okay to not be worried. I think your only worry is...
Well, I think we have a perfect example at the next level. Philadelphia and Detroit.
Yeah.
Philly loses Kellen Moore. Detroit loses Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
And things in Detroit aren't going as well as you thought.
They are not.
Philly, on offense, they are struggling.
But I would also think you were probably not... I mean, were people not stoked to lose Kenny Dill?
No, they weren't. And then they go and get Will Stein, who's very similar. Now, the goal of this, obviously, is to Nick Saban this thing and go from one great coordinator to another, and Oregon's doing the things necessary to attract that level of talent. And it wasn't like they didn't go get guys from programs that were the best programs in the country. UTSA was not this high-profile job. But what he did at UTSA was turn them Roadrunners into a hell of a program.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Oregon will continue to do what they do, which is scour and go find the right guy at the right spot, regardless of where they come from.
Yeah, and I think to this texter's point, he knows this is what it means to run a top program. That's it. And that's what we've kind of hammered on all day today, that, if people want your guys, it means you're doing something well.
Yeah.
I would want that.
Right?
If you're the brand man here and someone calls in and they're like, I want to steal this person from you, you got to feel pretty good. Means you got a good crew in here.
You would hope so.
You would hope so.
And you wouldn't stand in our way, would you, Dusty?
Don't worry, Dusty. I'm here forever,
Yeah,
whether you like me or
we're
not.
not going anywhere.
I'm here forever.
It is what it is.
Mostly because I'm just too lazy to find another job.
Wow.
Well, I am, dude. Like, I don't want to find another job.
It's not fun.
We were talking about this, dude. Like, with looking for jobs these days has to be such a nightmare.
I mean, if you don't do your resume the exact right way and get caught, exactly what you need to get caught up with, and it's pure unadulterated nightmare fuel. I want no part of it.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm good at. I'm not good at anything. That's the scary thing. I think I heard Steve Young talking about that on the radio. He was like, when I retired from playing quarterback, I woke up the next day and I said, I don't even know what I'm good at. I'm not good at anything. Ah!
Yeah, you do this long enough, this is year 4 for me, and I'm like, what would I do if I had to go back to that?
Dude, what I used to do, I don't think I'm any good at anymore.
Right? Like, I worked as a business analyst when I was doing the TV show on Outsiders. Like, do I want to go back to doing that? It's been a while since I've done that. It's been 7 years since I did that.
I was in restaurants for 20 years, and I suck at it.
And you've said multiple times, you do not want to come back to that.
No. Mostly because I'm not good at it. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if this was meant as a free consultation question, but I'm going to use it as one. It came in, we were talking about a little earlier on the YouTubes. Someone was talking about wanting to get introduced to the Premier League. And this doesn't have to be a Premier League conversation, but I am fascinated by that concept of how to teach somebody about a sport, how to get them into it. Like, if you came to me and said, I have never seen baseball in my entire life, I don't understand the concept. I have no idea what the rules are. Please enlighten me. Where do you start? How do you approach that?
I had this discussion with Tiff at the Oregon USC game. I'm like, how
Okay.
much do you know about football?
Let me mansplain it for you.
No, I wanted to know, like,
I'm
what,
just teasing.
where are you at? And she was like, I understand. They go this way, offense, defense, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, do you want to know more? She's like, I think I'm good. I'm here for a good time.
Okay.
But I was prepared to go down like, I reffed high school football, and even like playing the game and reffing the game is two very different things.
Very, very different.
But like the things you have to know, all like it's when you start diving into that rule book, you're like, damn, there's a lot here. And I think whether it's baseball, basketball, football, when you dive into things like, the pitcher throws the ball and batter swings. Like,
what's a pitcher?
Yeah, what's
You're
a
like,
pitcher?
whoa.
Okay.
Back it up.
Well, they throw the ball from the mound. Well, what's the mound? Why is it that height? Has it always been that height? Why does he need to face this way? Why does his foot need to be on there? What's a balk?
What are the white boxes around the base?
And
what's
like,
a base?
Yeah, like when you actually start getting into it, like you have to start with the very granular basics of pitcher, batter, fielder. But then once you work through like what's an infield fly? Why does it matter? What is it? Like, like all of the things that go along with that. Balls, strikes, walks, strikeouts, double plays, triple plays. Like there's just so many things. Switch hitters.
That guy can swing from both sides of the plate. Sure can.
Why does that matter?
Oh, well, because
righty versus lefty. Lefty. Why do some guys throw right? Why do some guys throw left?
I think the answer. I think the best answer is I don't know if you could start that way. I don't know if you could start. So there's a pitcher. Mm-hmm. He throws a ball to a player in a box. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can go there.
Where do you go?
I think you just put it on TV.
And let them watch?
And watch. Not in real life, because I think real life would be too confusing. Let the announcers do some of the work.
Mm.
And when they're there to ask questions, you just have to make sure you aren't being a jerk or mansplaining.
It's also infinitely easier, because you're a kid, to learn as a kid.
Without a doubt.
Trying to teach an adult about a sport. Like I did this with lacrosse, because I came to lacrosse late.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to explain to other adults how to play lacrosse, like other than it's soccer with sticks, was like, okay.
But how to play and how to watch are two different things.
They are. But how you watch changes depending on what you know. Like I've talked about this with basketball all the time when I'll use the example the other night. A Blazers fan replied to me on Twitter of like, I said, the demise of Toumani Camara has been greatly exaggerated. And he's like, yeah, but he got walked down in the final minutes by SGA. And I'm like, okay. Context matters here.
A lot of people are currently getting walked down by SGA.
SGA, I just told you in the break what he's doing this season. SGA right now is third in the league in scoring at 33 a game, averaging 33, 7, and 5 on 55, 41, 89 splits.
55, 41, 89. I'm a little disappointed in that 89. I'm not going to lie.
But I mean, this is a guy that's getting to the free throw.
It's like a mid-range jumper, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what's funny? Danny Avdia, SGA, same number of free throw attempts a game right now.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The merchant, the SGA merchant.
But like the context of it matters.
Sure.
If you're glued all over a guy and he's knocking down shots, it's like Ohtani. You missed with one pitch by an inch. You're like, oh, I can't believe he did that. It's like the best player in the history of the planet decided he wanted to send that ball 500 feet. There's sometimes you can't do anything about that, dog.
No, it's like on the TV behind you, they're talking about Sir David Beckham.
Yeah.
Sometimes
just bend it like Beckham.
Sometimes he just had it, and there's nothing you can do about it. 503-864-6326. To get someone into a new sport, 1, have them pick a favorite team. 2, challenge them to follow that team daily. They will start to learn the game following them.
You did this with Sprague.
I did. He was like, I want to watch EPL. I was like, pick Nottingham Forest. And he was like, I hate you forever now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a poor choice. Hey, I didn't know they were going to fire their coach before the season started.
There you go.
How was I supposed to know that?
That's the baptism by fire in the EPL. You've lived until your manager's been sacked.
Dude, my manager won the league last year, and they want to fire my manager.
How good are they this year?
Not very good, Bob.
Say it louder for everybody. to know.
Not very good. Better than your team.
Yeah, well, I knew my team was going to suck.
Yeah, your team always sucks.
It does.
We'll stick in some free consultation. Last call for any. You might be able to sneak some in. 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. But first, we'll toss it to the Kahuna. He's got sports.
You ever had a big kahuna burger?
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, as the number 6 Oregon Ducks await the penultimate college football playoff rankings this afternoon. Head coach Dan Lanning, he's going to have other decisions to make during this offseason. Offensive coordinator Will Stein signing a deal to become the new head coach at Kentucky. Stein will, though, remain with Oregon throughout a college football playoff run. Over in the NBA, the Trailblazers start a 5-game road trip this afternoon in Toronto against the Raptors. 4:30 tip on 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity Channel 302. Still no Drew Holiday or Matisse Thybulle. Donovan Clingan is questionable due to an illness. The Blazers are 5.5-point underdogs. Portland enters the day having lost 7 of 9 and are 10th in the Western Conference. Got an NBC Peacock doubleheader this evening in the NBA. The Celtics 1.5-point dogs hosting the Knicks for a 5 o'clock tip. Then at 8 o'clock, it's the Thunder looking for their 13th straight win. They are 11.5-point favorites at the Warriors. Oregon men's basketball, they start Big Ten play this evening, hosting number 24 USC. 7 o'clock tip coverage right here on The Fan starts at 6:30 immediately following primetime. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. Saturday mornings at 9 on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
He's a hoe. He's a hoe.
Just felt like doing that again.
I mean, you did it with music too. Nice. Nice.
I got the beats in my head, dude.
Little Maya.
Dude, there is not a single time where music is not flowing through my head at some point.
Oh yeah.
Papa was born with rhythm. Can't shake it.
That's what I think when I think Patrick Harris is rhythm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice compliment of you to say. Might have been the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Just a lot of rhythm.
Dude, I got a ton of rhythm, man. Ask my wife.
Yeah.
I had to. I had to go there.
There you go.
I had to go there.
Got him there eventually.
Had to go there. It was just too easily.
Just a real short song.
Ow. God, I hate this show. Ouch.
Hey, speaking of T-ball, go ahead and put that on the go put that on the tee for me.
Go Beavers. Free consultation, 503-864-6326. We're here to help you all out. This one just came across, and, well, it speaks near and dear to my heart. Plus, I have a funny story to tell you about that.
Perfect.
Wife and I are social drinkers. She's currently on medication where she can't drink. How much can I drink when she is an unwilling designated driver?
Not.
Oh, baby.
Are you going the other way?
Live it up.
Oh, buddy.
Live it up.
Just remember, there's a tax involved.
I know there is, but that is a problem for future you.
Oof.
Look, future Patrick hates current Patrick.
This is a YP versus MP problem, and buddy, that becomes an MP problem real quick.
Future Patrick really hates current Patrick because current Patrick will send off debts to him without a thought.
Just writing checks.
Writing checks that he will cash later. And he can get pissed at me all he wants because right now I'm living the high life.
Yeah, no, I'm the complete opposite in that. I am a risk taker, but I worked as in analysis, risk analysis, pretty heavy for the majority of my life. There's a threshold that I do not cross unless it is dire circumstances. Whereas you are the San Francisco 49ers, your tolerance for risk is a little higher here, huh?
Huge. Huge, dude. I am totally down to take risks.
Look, I am a habitual line, not stepper, crosser, but...
I thought you were about to say habitual liar.
Yeah, no. Habitual line crosser, not line stepper. But I'm very picky about which lines I cross.
I used to have a partner that we would love to go out with our friends and play the game of whoever got too drunk to drive didn't have to drive home first.
It's the roulette race.
Yes. Now, fortunately, we ended up like taking Ubers home almost every time.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of the wink, like, you want to tie one on tonight? It was like, first one that says they can't drive home doesn't drive home. We're being safe.
Look, we had a house a bunch of guys lived in. It was 5 of us, and it was rock, paper, scissors for DD every weekend. Every weekend.
Dude, if I'm not going to lie, this is where I'm a hoe. I would never play that game with you because if I lost and was the DD, I just wouldn't go out with you.
See, good God, you hit the button. Hit the button.
He's a hoe.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, dude.
How dare you?
Yeah, man. That's a bet I'm not willing to place.
See, look at you. That's some real 5 toes cowardice.
No, dude. It's 10 toes straight down. I will not play the draw straws of the DD because I'm not going to be the DD.
Selfish.
I'm not going to.
I'm
just not going to do it.
Unbelievable.
Dude, there's no way I'm going out with you and just watching you guys have fun. No way, man.
Hey, man.
I'd rather pay for the lift.
Just luck of the draw.
If you want to draw straws on who pays for the lift, that I'm down with.
Okay, that's also doable.
Okay
that's also doable, but it's your card.
I'm down with that.
Okay, that's fair.
I got no problem.
Okay, as long as that's on the table, that's fine.
Because you aren't going to prevent me from doing what I want to do. Again, current Patrick.
Yeah.
Future Patrick hates him. Because he's like, dude.
For good reason, clearly.
Yeah, and then he checks.
Selfish.
Then he checks the bank statement. He's like, dude, you spent how much on your friends' Ubers?
I did one of those one time, and I had a good night out when I got home from a deployment. And I looked at my bank account the next day, and I went, that was not worth that.
I had to send one of my wife's friends in an Uber from Vancouver to Happy Valley.
That's pretty deep.
On a Saturday night.
$100?
$89. $89.
It's 110 from me from downtown to Newburgh.
and she
Done it twice.
forgot her phone in the car. In the car, and so then we had to find a way to get the phone back to her the next day because we couldn't get a hold of her because well,
Phone's in the car.
she didn't have her phone.
How was that accomplished?
I'm not sure. I didn't handle it.
Oh,
I made somebody else do it.
Current Patrick.
Told you, man. Told you,
Brutal.
dude.
Brutal.
He's a hoe.
Yeah, damn right. I don't mind it, dude. I just own it. Like that's the thing.
True scumbag behavior.
See, this is the difference between me and Lane. Lane Kiffin, he needs to just own it. Just own it, dude. You're a bag. Okay, man? You're a bag, and you string people along, and you pull the rug out from under them, and then you blame everyone but yourself. Me? Nah. Just call it out. I'm a terrible person.
There you go. That's fair.
And the hard part with Lane is, we had talked a while about how he'd made that reverse heel turn, right?
Yeah,
And started
totally.
becoming comfortable. He has done the reverse heel turn.
See,
My God!
I'm still on the other side of you guys.
That's Stone Cold's music.
I think this was dumb hard for him, and I don't think it makes him a bad guy.
Oh, I think everybody hates Lane.
I don't.
I think
And my team fired him on a tarmac.
I think a lot of the disdain here is not necessarily for his decision to leave rather than stay. It's the dog.
Excuse me. The dog was too far? As I'm
I
joking.
think the dog was too far for many, many people.
There you go.
Well, you can't mess with animals, dude.
No.
People really don't like that.
No, that's Michael Vick.
They really don't like that. Quintel Woods?
Yep.
They really, really don't like that.
For good reason. Dogs rule.
Yeah, dogs are okay.
You freaking, how am I surrounded by cat people?
I love my dog.
Terrible people.
I love my dog. My dog's great.
God.
All right, we come back. Closing arguments send you on your way. 105.1 The Fan.
of Harris and Meringue is wrapping up for the day,
You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
which means it's time for the closing arguments. Brought to you by Leskin Law. One-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information.
You want answers? I want the truth.
On the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth.
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, that's going to do it for us here. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. We'll send you packing.
Shout out Leskin Law real quick because they've helped me out through my process.
All right. See? Well, that's
You
it.
know.
Making friends, making family, making memories.
I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles, and we'd all eat it, be happy.
She doesn't even go here.
That's such a great moment. It is nice when your friends help you out. That is true. That's great. Some thoughts coming across here. Apparently, this just hit the ESPN page. The International Tennis Integrity Agency, the ITIA, they are the testing pool.
Yeah, old Serena popped up on the drug
Serena
testing
popped
pool.
up on the drug test.
There might be a comeback. Have you seen her lately?
Well, she is not Ozempic, one of the other.
Yeah, Mounjaro, I think.
Yeah,
is
I
what it
can't
was.
remember what it's called. She's about one of the other ones.
She looks like a different human.
Does she? I haven't seen her.
Yeah,
play. Well, she was always such a muscular
she was
build.
she's like the most powerful female tennis player I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
entire life.
Once she popped out kids, I imagine it was quite the challenge to get back to playing shape.
But I mean, she's not in playing shape. She's like shredded.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's
Maybe what is this stuff called? Let me type this in.
Yeah, no.
Write it down.
Dude, I took it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, it's cheating. No, it's not. Works really well.
It's not cheating unless you're in baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball's the only sport where drugs are cheating. Duh.
Dog, I put on over 100 pounds through my hip surgeries.
NFL.
This stuff was awesome.
The NFL doesn't care if you use steroids.
And I'll tell you right now, the whole cheating part of it, no, it's you just don't eat, dog. You don't eat. Like I was at like 900 to 1,000 calories a day.
Yeah, but I like eating.
Trust me, I do too. But on that stuff, you don't. You feel like if you eat something that's like, if I ate a slice of pizza, shout out to the guys that brought the breakfast pizza in this morning. That was delicious. Had a little slice of that. If I ate that, I would want to die for 3 days straight.
Really?
Oh, you just don't even, like, you smell it and you're like, no, I'm out. But I lost a ton of weight with that, and then I started working out like a psychopath.
But then how do you eat? You have to eat something.
Yeah, you just it's anybody who says like, oh, my thyroid, this, like, no. Calorie deficit will beat it literally every time. It's science.
Well, I know, but you got to eat something.
Yeah, like I said,
stay alive.
I was like at 1,000 calories. Dude, I lost like 38 pounds in like 5 weeks.
What if you drink?
Yeah,
What about beer?
absolutely not.
Really?
Oh, that'll ruin you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, guess what? You'll lose weight.
Oh, man.
Now I'm doing all the health things. I'm going to leave here in 40 minutes and go get a rod shoved up my nose.
That doesn't sound fun.
No, found out I had a severely deviated septum my whole life, and I'm getting ready for surgery.
Rust, have we talked to you about this? There's a chance when Danny has surgery on his deviated septum that his voice changes. I, for one, am pro voice change.
I guess, yeah, I was not here for these conversations.
Yeah, so I went in for a regular checkup, and they're like, hey, anything else wrong? I'm like, you know what? I started running, and even when I was in incredible shape when I was younger, I could never run distance without having my mouth open. It, like I had an NCO put tape over my mouth because like it's not good for you to run with your mouth open. I almost blacked out because I couldn't get the necessary.
Right.
Long story short, went to the ENT 2 weeks ago. They checked the left side. Great. Check the right side, and she goes, "Let me put this in cartoon terms for you. Your nose takes a right turn at Albuquerque. Like there apparently is a chunk of cartilage in my nose that just like completely shuts off airflow. Like it in like the most egregious fashion. And they're like, hey, we can do a surgery for you December 4th. And I'm like, oh, crap, because I can't fly for 2 weeks. Because next week we will not be here Thursday and Friday because we're in Baltimore for Army Navy.
We'll have a show on Friday.
We will have a show on Friday.
From like a hotel ballroom.
But I can't fly with that. So they said your next option is Christmas Eve. So guess who's having nose surgery on Christmas Eve?
That sounds like fun.
I hope it comes back and talks like this.
Well, the reality is the more likely thing is that my voice will be lower because it will increase the airflow.
Oh, sorry.
And well, the thing is, like, I've unfortunately have had to hear my voice, whether through feedback in my headphones here or on TV or a podcast forever for too many years. Yeah. I know I sound nasally. Like that's the thing. And I'm like, I wonder, does that go away?
You just become smooth, and then you draw a knife one back.
Look, I
pull some Cavatier.
Look, I'm about that. Look,
I'd like to buy you a fixed image.
I'm hope the voice clears up, drops down a little bit, and I get some voiceover money. You kidding me? Yeah, I'm all about that. But yeah, they. I don't know about you guys, but every surgery I've ever had, I always go to YouTube and see what the actual surgery looks like, just so I can kind of be prepared for what it is.
For all the surgeries that I have.
Well, I mean, this will be 16 for me, so
I have 0.
And now if I live long enough, when I have both knees and both hips replaced, I'll be at around 20.
It's like Mark Schlereth numbers.
Yeah. No, I am. That's where I'm at. So, yeah, not thrilled about that, but it's one of those things like get taken care of before the end of the year, get scratched off on the insurance, and call it good.
Yeah.
So I'll be, obviously we're out for Christmas, and I planned it out to where I'll be out that Monday and Tuesday the following week. They said the first couple days you're a little nasally sounding because they take these shunts to fill it in that are like 6 inches long.
This is creeping me out.
Oh, dude, when you see if you're into like the weird TikToks of like pimple poppers or like any of the like earwax, whatever the thing is,
I'm out.
There's one where they remove the shunts from people who have no surgeries, and it looks like a clown or a magician like pulling the handkerchief. It just keeps going, and the shunt just comes out of their nose, and you're just like, is that in their brainstem?
Do I need to dump that?
Yeah, right?
Maybe.
It's such a wild thing. When I saw it the first time, I was like, why? I had somebody else tell me the other day who's had the surgery done. She was like, yeah, no, I had it done earlier this year. It's really weird. Your tear ducts bleed. And I was like, what? Like, you cry.
It feels like a horror movie.
Yeah, like you cry blood
Exorcism.
because of like where it's done right there in your nasal cavities, right there by your tear duct. And I was like,
I assume you're out cold during all this.
yeah. They give you the local and they put you out. So, and they said the first day is pretty like not fun. They're going to give me the good drugs. I'm basically posted up for Christmas, and then and I'm staying local, so it's super easy. And then after that, it's usually a couple days, and they said you can get a little black and blue, but you just sound a little nasally until they pull the shunts out, and then it's welcome to actually breathing like normal people.
I'm still for. I hope your voice rises
there
in
you go.
pitch, and it would be more funny if it rose in pitch and you became more nasal.
More nasally, just hi.
My name's Danny Meringue.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a problem.
Tonight, the Blazers were really good tonight.
Ooh, old-timey 1920s announcer wouldn't be bad.
No, that's different. That's more like the Blazers were pretty good tonight.
See?
That's like the cigar hanging out
There
your
you
mouth.
I'm about that. But yeah, another surgery on the list. So fun times. But yeah, I gotta go my pre-surgical consult today.
I'll bet you there's a better chance that you get to 20 before I get to 1.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, just this morning I had a barbell bite my shin so hard I took a chunk out of
See,
it.
dude,
So.
this is what I tell you. Me and Charles Barkley, I don't lift weights because they're heavy, and I don't work out because I get tired.
I felt good today.
It's
Though.
just not worth it.
Check with me tomorrow when I can't move.
Nah.
It was a lower body day today, and I went a little heavier than normal. So, because I'm dumb.
Well, I won't ask you. You'll just tell me.
No, I won't be able to. You'll see how I walk, and you go, oh.
Waddle.
I've had so many people ask me after leg days come in here because number one, I usually wear Crocs because I can't put my shoes on. But number two, when I have a bad leg day the day before, I can't walk normal. I can't do it.
Yeah, split in half.
Oh, dude, yeah, pretty much.
Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation peace treaties, not war plans. Coming up on tomorrow's show, we'll have Tyson Alger on at 10:30, as we always do. Recap the regular season for the Ducks, looking forward to the playoff. We got some NFL leftovers. We'll also take a fun look at our picks. How we did in the B1G this year.
We did pretty good.
And hopefully we'll snag some audio as Shepard's press conference just ended, I believe, the new coach at Oregon State. So we'll circle around and back on that, plus some college football playoff. That'll do it for us. For Danny Meringue, that's Jeff Russ. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.